Link. Copy. Twitter Spaces. Yeah, we'll talk about who replaced Darby too. In the C2.
Yes.
Just remember that.
Is there any other wrestling news that we're missing?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll think about it.
I ain't seen anything today, not that I know of.
Maybe I'll pull up the TNA stuff too. So I don't even know what happened with that, except for like a few things.
I mean, I know who debuted.
That's
That's
the only
about
thing
it.
I know. But like, I mean, result wise, I actually was just reading the spoilers for the tapings tonight, just because I don't really watch the show. We announced something pretty big for the first AMC show.
Yeah, I seen like there was like a notification on I think Facebook, but it was behind a paywall. I don't know whose it was.
No, I don't know. I just pull it up on like Body Slam was dropping all the results on us. Like, just here's the taping results for TNA.
Yeah, I can't. I'm actually looking forward to the first show that they do. I feel like it's gonna be pretty good,
Mm.
but we'll see. It's just been booking what I think really hurt them.
Wait, what? Error. Stream key is currently assigned. Select a new key. Oh, did I not end the other stream? Fuck me. Wait, no, I was never live today on YouTube. What?
No, you wasn't on YouTube. Might have been on Kick.
Oh, now it says I'm live. Weird. For a minute there was something like stream key. Maybe I double loaded it by accident. That's why I did that. Yeah, there we go. We're good. I think I just like double loaded it somehow. Cool. All right. I think we got everything ready.
Everything running good now.
Mm-hmm. All right. Want me to start it or you want to start it?
Yeah. Go ahead and we hit record and we'll go.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Turnbuckle Talk with Josh and, of course, Kraken. Kraken, we have so much to talk about, bro. Let's skip the small talk this week because we have so much to jump into. We have to talk about the Continental Classic, which obviously continued on Dynamite and into Collision. We had ROH had a big show Friday as well. Of course, there was SmackDown. We'll kind of gloss over the TNA show because I didn't personally watch it. And then, of course, we had Deadline last night. So we have a lot to discuss.
A ton. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot of surprises this weekend. There was a lot of upsets. There was a lot of returns. A lot to go over. So, I guess first thing I actually want to talk about is Deadline because that's kind of the more fresh thing that happened yesterday. They started out the show with Saints and Obafemi. That was the first time ever the men's NXT title opened to PLE. And it was a good match. So obviously what made this more stand out, though, was they announced on Friday they had Ricky and Oba show up on SmackDown, and Cody Rhodes talked to them backstage saying the winner of their match would face him next Saturday in one of the exhibition matches, non-title. And in the end, Oba won. Now, my thing is, I think they might have booked themselves into a corner here. Because you have Oba, who's only lost a handful of times in his career to Tony and Javon now, and I think that's it actually. And Ricky, I'm sorry. And he hasn't lost to Javon yet, but that's who I think he's gonna lose.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking ahead. I'm from the future apparently. But so he's lost to Ricky and he's only lost to Tony D. We also saw the return of Tony D, but with him winning this, how do you book Cody and Oba without either of them looking stupid or without a shitty ending?
I don't know how you do it because I don't know how you're gonna have Oba come in and not dominate this match like he does everything else. But Cody is good at putting people over as well. I think Drew has to play a factor, unfortunately.
Would you be okay with them pulling a Goldberg Brock here and having Oba just squash him in minutes?
Yeah, that would actually be okay.
But here's the thing, and I may be just thinking too hard on this one thing. They're calling them exhibition matches, right? So they never really explained what that meant, but I would assume that just means they're matches that don't really have a lot of storyline weight to them or anything. So like win or lose, it's just supposed to be to put the NXT guys into the spotlight, really. obviously they can just be like, hey, if that does happen, Oba beat the crap out of you, Cody's pissed. But they obviously have the Drew stuff going on, continuing. So that's what makes me think that that's why they're booking themselves into a corner here. You have your current NXT champion, and I guess you could pull the whole KO John Cena thing too. Have Oba come up working both brands for the time being, and just kind of like feud with Cena. I believe Cena. I don't remember if Cena beat Kevin in their first match, and then Kevin beat him the second, or if it was the other way around. But I remember they really made Kevin look good in that feud. So I don't know. That's why I just don't know. I guess I'm so hung up on the exhibition word. I think that they're painting them or booking themselves into a corner here.
Yeah, and I think you could have had a better story in a sense with maybe Ricky, because of course all the wrestling fans know the history there. Because you don't want to have Oba come up and take the loss. I don't think that's the
I
right move.
agree. I agree. But
You could have had
also,
Ricky
I feel like
lose.
you don't want to destroy Cody though. Like obviously, so he won the belt back at SummerSlam, and then he's
Mhm.
been feuding with Drew ever since. And then he got caught up in. They both got caught up in War Games, so we haven't had a title defense in a month or so. I don't remember when that SmackDown when they faced for it is when this kind of started. But yeah, like, and I don't think. Shoot, what was his last defense? Was it Drew on that SmackDown? I don't even
It
remember
was.
anymore.
It was no.
Because we had Survivor
Yeah.
Series. He was in War Games. Before that was what was before that? The
Was
Australia
it
show?
Friday Night Main Event? No,
Wasn't it the Australia show?
it was. Yeah.
Super show or not? Crown Jewel, which was
Mhm.
also champion versus champion. So that wasn't even. So that's my like. I even forgot when. I feel like we need to get back focused on the WWE title. And obviously Punk just won his world title, so he really he just barely got his stuff going with Braun since War Games ended. But I really think they need to start focusing on those world titles. They're really feeling like props at the moment to me.
Yeah, they have to, and they're carrying out this Drew Cody thing,
Mhm.
which I don't understand either. I feel like we should be past that at this point. There's plenty of people on this roster that Cody could be feuding with, or if you drop the title off Cody, that Drew could be feuding with as a heel. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so
Maybe that's where this sets this up. Maybe Oba comes in, he gets a win, but it doesn't look bad on Cody.
but how do
Then
you do that?
like
How would you book that then?
I don't I don't know. That's the only issue. I don't see it happening without Cody looking horrible in it. Unless there's the outside interference by Drew, which we don't want to see.
Mhm. Yeah, I really don't know how you can book like I wouldn't hate the whole Brock Goldberg thing where he squashes him in minutes, shocks everyone. But then I feel like that just adds more fuel to the Cody's reign is crap, which it's kind of been honestly so far this
Mhm.
second reign. Um so I don't know. I mean, it's been since SummerSlam. But that was back in the end of August. We're here in December and it feels like nothing's really happened with this reign. Um, so I don't know. I really just think they need to get the ball moving on these titles, feeling good again. I feel like we're just in a hold moment. And with Oba winning the NXT title, I'm hoping that's not prolonging his stay down in NXT because I feel like he's more than ready to be called up as well. Which is another reason why I feel like this could be a bad booking decision to have them face. Is it a great idea? Yeah, but I don't know. Again, that's why I think I might be overthinking it on some form. But I really think that WWE is going to pull some bullshit. I really do. I feel like this match is just gonna end in some bullshit, and we're gonna be like, "What the fuck was the point of that?"
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's what's going to happen
I hope not.
with a lot of these exhibition matches they're building. Because we got another one I think announced as well.
Bailey and Soul, yeah.
Um, yeah, at Deadline, it might have been SmackDown.
I think they announced that
I
on
don't know.
NXT last week. It might have been on
Yeah, maybe
Deadline.
it
They
was.
announced it, but it was recently. They told her. Or it might have been SmackDown too. Actually, I think you're right on that. But yeah, so I don't know. I really don't know what way I want this to go because I really thought it made more sense to go with Ricky. I thought Ricky could take the loss and it
Mhm.
wouldn't hurt him. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what they do.
But with this, do you think there's any possibility that Ricky could have been the masked man at War Games now?
If they want to throw people off, yeah. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I just think they're set on it being theory. And I also think it'd be funny just because they have done this before where like they had someone else dress up as this like mystery person, but it wasn't actually the person under the mask who they revealed to be. And if you
Mhm.
remember, it was Alexa Bliss had someone helping them in like I forgot what they called her, lost something, and it was ended up being Mickey James. This was like around COVID or something,
Way, yeah,
2019.
yeah.
So the person who was actually under the mask doing that before it was Mickey was Deonna Purrazzo when she was down in
Mhm.
NXT. So
Okay.
it was known by the dirt sheets that they found out who was playing the character, but they were like, we're being told that's not going to be revealed who it is. They're just doing the part. And I guess it was because Mickey wasn't fully under contract yet at the time, and they were trying to get her fully signed, or something. But so they could do the route of it with someone, they use someone to do the character and then reveal someone else. I just don't think they are. I think that's 100% who it's going to be was the person who played it. And if you've read the dirt sheets, the three out of the usually all the big ones are saying the same thing, that it was Austin Theory that played that character that night.
Yeah, which we won't see him until January when Breaker
Probably
versus
helps
Punk.
Breaker. But at the same time, I really don't think Breaker wins. But if they pull the trigger on Breaker, bravo to them, because they're also pulling the trigger down on someone in NXT, which we'll go over here too in a moment.
Yeah. Oh my God, are they ever? Yeah.
Yeah, so Kendall Gray, she ended up winning the fucking Women's Iron Survivor.
Holy shit! What a match! The whole match was great, but
Yeah.
she surprised the hell out of me in this match.
The one thing I will say, and it wasn't even like a super negative thing, it was just one thing I noticed, is both men and women's Iron Survivors had like the same beginning and ending. So when the third person came in on for both men and women is when someone got put in the penalty box for getting submitted or pinned.
Mhm.
So that
Mhm.
happened on both men's and women. And then at the end, we had a 5-way tie in the last minute. Same for the men and women. So not the biggest deal, but it was like very interesting that they went the same route to start and end both Iron Survivors.
Yeah. I didn't. I guess I didn't really notice that. I was more
I noticed it
like
immediately when they both happened. I was like, wow, we're in the last minute and it's tied just like the women's. What the fuck?
I was more rooting people on from behind the screen, trying to
Well,
hope
I
they
was
would
too. That's
win.
when I like looked at the time and I was like, holy shit, we're tied with a minute left. That's when it like clicked in my head. Like, holy shit, this was the women's too. They did the same thing. They were tied with a minute. The difference was the women had like all two and they were all one. So it's just one fall difference. But yeah, overall, I was like, great matches. That didn't hinder it at all. I just was like, oh, didn't realize like until I looked down.
The the only thing I think was a little guess odd for me was Zarya did not have a play in this. I really thought, even though they made up on the phone call before it, I kind of felt like she was still going to be involved somehow.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them delaying it more. I mean, I think it's not really
Yeah.
delayed. It's a really about to hit. Like they're gonna do it probably by New Year's Eve is where their match will be. My guess here at the
Mhm.
beginning of the year. So it's gonna happen sometime soon on it. I guess maybe they want to fully do it on an episode where they're gonna get more eyes on it. I would assume they get more eyes on their weekly show than the PLEs, of course. Um, so that's my guess. They just want to have majority of their audience to see it.
That would make sense.
But yeah, so I do still like the fact that Kendall won even without costing Soul, because my main picks were Soul and Kalani, because
Mhm.
Lola just faced Tatum. I know Tatum doesn't have the belt right now, but she had just faced Tatum for the belt lost, and Jordan had just faced JC like a few months ago. So I was like, they're so fresh, those matches. And so that's why those two were not my picks at all. And Kendall I did have as the dark horse, and I just didn't expect him to fully pull that trigger. And she looked great in this match. And then she got the first fall, too. She was the first fall. She came in second. She had the first fall in the match. I believe she was the first woman to get 2 falls in this match. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, she was. She pinned Grace for her second
And then
fall.
Soul ended up tying it pretty quickly when she came, after she got, she came out and got attacked from, I forgot who took her out on the outside. It was someone from the match. Yeah, it was Kalani. She pulled her down and hit her knee on the ring apron and stuff. And so she went back and got her brace and came back out. But yeah, so I, surprised that they didn't have Zarya get involved as well. But overall, I didn't think it hurt it. That was my, in my head, I was like, oh, they probably want more people to see it, I guess.
Yeah, what's even crazier about this, so, you're talking about everyone had 2,
Touchdown,
and
Houston.
then
Texans just scored, sorry.
and so Vice pins Gray. I don't know how far into the match that was. It's right there at the end.
Yeah.
So then that would have gave Vice her second one, and then a minute and a half passes, and then Gray comes back out and gets the final pinfall on Vice.
So one thing that I thought was weird, and I think they did this in all of them, so it's not even just like this is the first time they did it, is I don't like that the penalties time starts as soon as they get pinned. I would like it as
It
soon
should
as they
happen.
get, because Kalani or someone attacked someone before they went in the, I think it was Kalani. She attacked someone. It might have been Sol before she went in the penalty box,
Mhm.
and her timer was already above her name. And so by the time she was in the penalty box, it was only like a minute 10 left. So obviously it was
Yeah.
not like a whole big deal. It's just a little nitpick. But I was like, they should just honestly start the time once they're in the fucking penalty box. Wouldn't that make more sense? The
think-
longer you take to get in, the longer you have to wait.
Yes, it would work better that way.
I think so. I get why they don't though. It's probably time restraints.
I don't know. I mean, they went 25 minutes completely, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was gonna
True.
be 25 minutes either way.
I guess they just want to book more spots. I don't know. I feel like that's what they should do though. They did it for both the men and women's, and I'm sure it was like that in years past. And I'm sure I might have said the same thing. I actually am not sure, but that was the one thing I was like, I wish they would change that. Other than that, it's a great match.
We did see a double soul snatcher as well.
That oh
That's
my
how
god!
Ruby
And then
got
she
her
hit one
pin.
off the stairs too. She did a
Yes.
shooting star press off the stairs into a soul snatcher. I don't even know if it was a shooting star press, because shooting star press you go like that. She did a front flip essentially into it,
Yeah.
which was, and she took more of the pain on that, and she showed it in her selling. Kalani was just, or
She
whoever
did.
ate it. I think it might have been Kalani or Lola on the outside. They just fucking laid. I think it was Kalani. It was when she was exiting the pod and she got caught in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just lay there like fucking Family Guy, just no movement, and Soul's like, and I was like, damn, Soul selling the shit out of it. But yeah, Soul's insane. I love that movie. And I saw someone on Twitter quote tweeted that one from the outside I was telling you about off the steps, and was like the most stupid move, it's like something like basically she's gonna end her career by doing this move over and over, right? Basically is what the tweet insinuated. And of course Ricochet replied to it, and he was like, nah, fam, this move's badass. So
Yeah, it is.
And then someone replied to Ricochet, that's not your gimmick. I thought that was funny. But yeah,
I don't know. That soul snatcher, it's hit out of anywhere. It's like an RKO.
Yeah, it's a cutter.
You can hit it anywhere. So it's different though.
It's just
I
a
like
variation on that cutter. It's an evolved cutter. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just a plain old cutter. I will say too, speaking of reusing moves, I find it funny, and we've already talked about this with Miles Bourne, how he uses everyone's moves. But like his finisher is the fucking zigzag.
Mm-hmm.
I can't call it the Born Again. It's just zigzag to me. Because it's nothing different. It's just a zigzag.
No,
I mean, and that happens all the time, but just at least change it a little bit. And look at Soul. She fucking evolved the fucking cutter. Come on.
And the shades of gray. That's one of the.
That's
looks
also,
familiar.
yes, that is, it's like a flatliner, isn't it?
I thought it was, but I think someone else has kind of done it.
I'm trying to see.
But I mean, it's nothing bad. I like, how they use those.
I like how I Googled it and it like gave me some weird shade of coloring. The fuck? Formerly the Peyton oh no, that's her name. I'm stupid. Stupid as fuck. No, I know it's like a variation of something. Unique explosive DDT that often comes at crucial. Yeah, that's what finisher is. That's not what I'm trying to figure out. Anyways, yeah, Shades of Grey is badass.
Yeah, and I think she hit it off the middle rope to get that last pinfall. So I mean, it's hittable anywhere. It's another one of those.
Yeah, it really is. I will say the one thing about Deadline that I didn't care for, the only thing that I didn't care for was the Tatum and Izzy match.
Yep, I felt the same way, and I felt like that match was gonna have a lot of implication on Tatum. I don't think it did
Interception,
anything.
Texans. I looked up. I think there was a pick. I couldn't tell. It got bounced up in the air, and then one of the Texans caught it. So I'm pretty sure because they just scored. So yep, it was okay. Anyways, what I'm talking about. But yeah. So I agree though. This match just I hate, and I get the story behind it. I just hated the ending really more than anything. Like the match was all Izzy up until Tatum's comeback, and then what stopped Tatum's comeback was what I hated the most. She was like, for some reason they were on the outside. I think she threw Izzy in or something. And then Sean Spears blocks her from entering the ring. He pulls out the Izzy and Tatum dolls, and then he rips the Tatum head off the doll. and it distracts her long enough to get Izzy to eventually take advantage of it and get the win at the end. I get the story behind it because that's what Tatum does. She plays with the doll. She looks crazy backstage. She's talking with them, playing with them. She's had the Lyra doll. She's all kinds of different dolls. I get it. I get the story behind it. It's not an issue of me not understanding. It's me thinking that it was stupid. I thought it was so dumb. I was like, you just had your woman who you had shock win the women's title, who lost it in like whatever, a month, lose to the woman who cost her it, to the team that she used to be part of because of the fucking dolls. Like, that's our former world champion storyline. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I noticed, like they gave they gave Tatum like a neutron,
Yeah, new
loading
nameplate. Yeah.
nameplates. The music was the same, so I felt like, hey, we might actually get a push here. Like they're actually gonna have her get over, but that doesn't happen. Do we see maybe Tatum get help because
Oh yeah,
Sean and
obviously.
Nico was
Yeah,
such a big factor in
Lyra
this?
will get involved for sure. I hated it. That match did nothing for either of them. Maybe it did
Yeah, I
something for
agree.
Izzy. Maybe in WWE's eyes, like, hey, she beat Tatum. Maybe we had her as NXT Women's Champion, so beat her. Maybe that, but the match was forgettable.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was the one match that just did not for me. The story was there. I don't think the match followed what the story was. Oh, it did, but it didn't execute the way I liked it to.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought Ethan Page and Mr. Iguana was really good. It was not like insanely good, but it was fun. It had some good in-ring moments, and it was hilarious.
Really? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I like the finisher on the. I like the finisher on the table. That
Yeah.
was I feel like the table should have broke.
Oh yeah, no, I am the table, bro. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a standout match, but it had enough comedy in it where it wasn't overbearing, and they had some really cool. And Mr. Iguana has some pretty cool moves. He's a lucha, so he doesn't
Yeah.
overdo it too. It's like he finds a good. It's like OC. He finds a good mixture of being a good wrestler and comedian at the same time.
You could tell in this match, and I think I felt the same way. Mr. Iguana, he's kind of like he's a comedy gimmick in the ring, and it really got under Ethan's skin.
I
Like
loved
there
I
at
loved
the
how
end,
he does the whole like dead iguana, and so he was just laying there
oh
upside
my
down with his arms
god,
and legs
yeah.
up, and like Ethan was like, he's dead, and he kept like making the face.
And then he hit him again. He rolls up and he's on
Yeah,
all
so
four.
he goes to shake his arm. This was a cool move. This is what I really liked. He goes to like move his arm or something or drag him, whatever he was gonna do. And right as he does it, it pulls it like Mr. Iguana like launches up and like launches it into a reverse arm drag. It was like the coolest fucking arm drag I've ever seen. I was like, I popped for it. I was like, oh my god, that was sick. I didn't expect him to pop up and pull him back down into an arm drag. That was cool. Because it wasn't like he just pulled him in arm drag. He like fucking got yeeted up, fucking like he looked like he paused midair. It was like, hey, and then he's fucking arm drag. I was like, what the fuck? It impressed me. It really did. I'm sure in my reactions, if I go back, you hear me go, what the hell was that? That was cool. That's why I really liked this match. It had moments like that. Oops, I just spit. But it went from like comedic shit into really cool wrestling moves, and I thought that was perfect.
Yeah, and then when Ethan he throws the iguana, all the way up
Layeska. Show respect to Layeska.
He throws it up the ramp. Mr. Iguana gets all pissed off. He started building momentum, and then Ethan was like, you could tell he's just like, I'm done with this shit. He was tired of the gimmick stuff, I guess.
Yeah, but it was a great match. Ethan, of course, retained. And we did have like you're saying, Sol Ruka was on the phone with Zarya. I think we already talked about that. Yeah, and then just the men's Iron Survivor. So Miles Bourne had won the match or got the pinfall in that match on Tuesday, so he chose to come out third. And he had like a backstage promo earlier in the night where he was like talking about it, like people wanting to know what number I'm going to come out. Should I come out last? Be fresh, but I don't know how many falls I'm gonna have to try to catch up on in 10 minutes. If I come in first, I could get falls quickly, possibly, but also be spent by the end of the match and not have energy to get more falls. So like I liked that how he explained his decision, but didn't say it until he came out. And I was like, third's perfect, middle of the pack.
Yeah. And what I thought was odd, we seen the person that came out third got pinfalls really quick in the women's. I think that was Soul. I think she got attacked. Maybe Soul came out fourth.
Mm,
But
Soul was. Yeah, you're
she
right.
was last. She was third.
I can't see the entries, but Soul got those back-to-back pins like immediately. She hit the double Soul snatch that led to both pins.
Yes.
Soul
And
was out
then
fifth.
fifth. Okay. So who was out third for the women's?
Jordan Grace, who actually, so that's
Jordan.
incorrect because Jordan, I remember calling out to my chat. She was the last person out of all five once all five were in to even get a fall.
So, and that's what happened with Bourne. Looking at the pinfall list, Evans, Lennox, Hendry, Slater, and then Bourne. So that's kind of
I
interesting.
didn't notice that for the men. Yeah, so see, that's even more so that they were too similar. And it's not that big of a deal because they were both good at the end of the day. But the fact that they were like the similar layouts and they didn't want to do anything different is crazy to me.
I don't know. They were like, hell yeah, it was great for the first one.
I will say
Just
these
run
were
the
better than
pins
War
with it.
Games, though. Both these matches.
It was. I truly love these matches when they do these.
I'm nervous that they're going to take them from NXT. And I'm not saying that they won't do well on the main roster. I just don't want NXT to lose another awesome match. Because they lost War Games and then they ended up creating this dope match. So I'm just afraid they're going to lose it.
They also had the pit match. I can't remember what it was actually called.
Bro, I was just talking about that with my friend the other night because we were talking about, I think someone in my chat brought up like Daniel, it was last night because it was the fights, and someone was like, Daniel Cormier, former special guest ref. And I had totally forgot that he was the ref of the fight pit. And I was like, oh my God, because that match sucked. That's why. That was such a terrible fight pit. I'm sorry. It's just random thing we brought up on the stream last night. Seth and Riddle. It was terrible.
Yeah, Seth and Riddle was horrible.
Yeah, and had Daniel Cormier as the ref.
Yeah,
the NXT ones were better. Yeah, you don't remember? DC was the ref.
I do not.
It was when Riddle and Seth did the whole fucking are you still there, bitch? Or whatever after they fucking or whatever the fuck he said. Yeah. No, wait, that was I'm actually thinking of DC and John Jones when John Jones tells DC, "Are you still there, pussy?" But they basically mimicked that, is what it was, which I thought was cool.
Because Seth made the comment about his wife.
His wife, like,
his kids or some shit like
and it led to Riddle trying to find him. Anyways, that's the last fight pit match I think they ever did. But yeah, the NXT ones were fine.
Yeah, and we ain't seen another pit match since. So we know what happened with
good gimmicks. That sucked too, because that story everyone really liked, and then they just didn't deliver in the fight pit. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I hope that like a lot of my chat was like, I kind of would want to see the main roster in this. I was like, I would too personally. I just don't want them to take it from NXT. Like, I don't want NXT to lose it. Like, maybe they just do it randomly on a Raw, or I don't know. Or just, I even said, or it would be cool if they just like kind of do what they did with War Games a few years, where some of the main roster people come down and just participate in Iron Survivor. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because knowing the main roster, it'd be filled with champions not defending their titles. They would.
I think it just what makes it work well for NXT is it's their version of a Royal Rumble, if you will. And the way I look at it, they don't have a Rumble. They just do stories building up to Stand and Deliver, which is their Mania. So they do this leading into New Year's Evil. And so I would compare it to not like the same level, obviously, as a Rumble, but just it has the same type of, it works that way for them. The winner of this gets the title opportunity. And we just saw last night with Kendall winning, you never know who's going to win and get that title opportunity, just like the Royal Rumble. So I feel like this is NXT's Royal Rumble, which is another reason why I don't want them to lose it.
I don't see it as a Royal Rumble. I see it as a faster version of the C2.
No, like, I'm not saying it's the match, the Royal Rumble. I'm saying it has the same premise where it has the same stakes. I don't think it has the same stakes as the C2 because the C2 is more of a fucking, it's round robin. This is like, you're done. Like, you get fucking pinned, you're bye. You know, in the sense of like, you get put in the penalty box, you lose time to win. This is, I don't know. I don't see it in the sense of a tournament. I see it in the sense of that one time a year, you get anyone to get this opportunity to get a fucking title shot in New Year's Evil. I don't know. I really consider that more of a, on par of like the same feel as a Rumble. Not the, I don't know if I'm explaining myself well. Not like it is a Rumble. It's never going to be that big. But it gives NXT their version of one where they could get an opportunity at a title every year like that.
I mean, that does make sense. It does. Either way, it's a great thing NXT's doing.
Yeah, I don't want them to lose it. I really hope they don't take it away and fucking do what they did with War Games. I mean, War Games still great here and there, but I don't know. I just don't want them to do it on the main roster. It's too good in NXT. I'll be sad. You know what's also funny to think about? So obviously after the main event, we had Oba come out and Javon won, you know, and which was cool. Is I like how the way they did it with Javon. Last year he ran out of time. This year he got the pin just in time. It was awesome because especially because he got stuck in the penalty box because Deion Lennox locked him in there when he wasn't even supposed to be in there. That was pretty cool. Then he just climbed out and stuff and jumped on him and got in and got the pin. So they had Oba come out and then Tony D returned. And so we ended up finding out that what the black stuff that got sent to Ava that was chopped up was his hat.
Yep.
So it was his hat, and he came back, and he was fucking thick, muscular. He had a beard like fucking, I don't even know what you compare that beard to. That beard was fucking insane. So I feel like they're gonna fully drop at least the Dawn part of it. I feel like he'll probably still have the accent to an extent. But he's obviously going to be done with the Mafia style part of the gimmick.
I think so. I think he's going to be more, not maybe, it might be like a hitman, but I feel like he's still going to somewhat tie into that area, but not be like the Don with the mob boss leader. He's just going to be doing.
I mean, maybe they do have him drop the accent
style.
too. I think he might still have it, but
I don't know. He's been gone for a while.
why? Last time we saw him.
The bridge thing, I'm glad I caught that on NXT because that's how
I
they
didn't
showed
see that
it.
until you told me it, and I was like, "What bridge?" You're like, "You didn't see that?"
So I like it. I didn't expect it to be Tony dropping stuff for the hat, but I did like the way they had Tony's presence. Obviously, he's going back after Oba as well.
Yeah, so he's one of the two that have beaten Oba, him and Saints. Does the New Year's Evil match become a triple threat?
I hope not, because Javon, every time he gets a title shot, somehow they put him in
Adversity
a damn
comes his
triple
way.
threat.
Yeah, some type of
Yes.
extra adversity gets involved. Yeah.
And so I don't know if you've listened to Van Fleet's interview with Swerve.
Mm-mm.
Swerve talked highly of Javon.
Mm-hmm.
He sees the potential there. He says he's
Oh,
way
I
better
saw a
than I
clip
was
on
at this age.
TikTok. Yeah.
Like, so everyone sees the dude's potential.
I think
I
saw Swerve said that he's better than me than I am now at 30 or whatever he said. He was like better when I was there or something like that. But yeah, he like gave him some high praise.
Like, so everyone sees the ability. He's got the okay from, who was it? Rob Van Dam, John Cena now, Randy. He's gotten that sign of approval through all of the legends in WWE. I feel like they could be safe and have Javon win the title and them not have to worry. I know he's young, and I know that's maybe why they're still wanting to build his character a little bit. But I think at this point they can do it. He's had the main event at Stand and Deliver. He's now won this. He's came close against Oba once before. Why not have him actually do it and send Oba to the main roster?
I think that's what's going to happen, but I'm also nervous they're going to do the Mike Santana bit and the Joe Hendry bit from TNA where he wins it and then Tony D somehow wins it like a week later or 2 weeks later. And then he has to chase again. I feel like they like having Javon chase things, so.
Because the crowd can get behind it.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's why I'm nervous that they'll do that.
They might, unfortunately. But, I mean, at least give him the title.
I mean, they just had Tatum do a short reign, so never say never.
Yeah, I mean, and he's been on the main shows that he gets.
Yeah, and he could go right up too, right after. Maybe they could drag it out to Stand and Deliver, which would be all the way through April, which would be good. Because I don't think it would hurt him to stay down there. He's been there for what, 1.5 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that would hurt him, but I mean, I wouldn't be so shocked if he did lose it after like sometime in February or March. But April would make the most sense. But then again, don't lose it to Tony D. Tony D's been down there for 4 years too, or whatever it's been now. Since 2.0, so.
You know who, and it's crazy, but he could drop it to Miles or someone like that. Miles, Jasper Troy, even though he's a speed
Do you think
champ.
they could actually have all their top men get called up at once, kind of similar to the Julia Stephanie thing and Roxanne?
I think so.
Because we had all those three get called up within like a month of each other. I think Roxanne first, and then Julia and Stephanie a month later. And then
they're doing fine.
Yeah, I mean, luckily they were able to. They have such broad depth, but my fear is Ricky, Ethan, Oba, Javon, and Tony all going like close to each other. Because then you're really stuck with rebuilding with Tavion and Miles and Charlie and Josh Briggs. And don't get me wrong, they're good, but it's like they're the only like they very rarely have gotten that upper echelon. And then Dion Lennox, they seem to be wanting to push. So it's like you really are going to be rebuilding that men's division. I could see them keeping Ricky possibly because he's only been there a year, close to a year.
Yeah, Ricky. Yeah.
So yeah,
Ethan won't go yet either. He's still double champ.
Yeah, but he could lose. I mean, all he would have to lose, in my opinion, would be the North American because Chelsea has a triple A up in with SmackDown with her.
Oh my god! Could you imagine? He drops the North American, right? And then he answers the Ilya Open Challenge, and then they're both United States champions on SmackDown and the mixed tag champs in CML in AAA.
I hate that because I could see it happening. I don't hate that. Yeah. I don't hate Ethan. I just don't want him to be US champion over Ilya. I wouldn't hate him as US champion at all, but I just don't want him to beat Ilya.
I can see them. I can see that being the booking if they did it.
Or Mello.
God. No.
He had the match. Let's go to SmackDown too, actually. So that was everything NXT, anyways. SmackDown, we'll just kind of glaze over it because I didn't see everything. But the U.S. Open Challenge was Mello and Ilya. I couldn't tell you how it ended besides Ilya retained. Fucking Ciampa. So yeah, that's right. Mello was gonna win. Like they were building it up to. Yep. He was about to fucking win. He was gonna hit nothing but net. Ciampa comes, knocks him off the top, and it helps Ilya surprisingly. Which Ilya later got mad at and said he finally wants to face Ciampa because he had a dirty win on his record because of Ciampa. So that's happening next Friday. But this was a damn good match from everything that I did see out of it because I was watching ROH. I forgot what was happening at the same time on ROH at this time. But
if this is that's the first match in, right?
Yeah, it was. It was after the opening segment where Drew pulled up and all that.
This is the Deonna Purrazzo and Billy Stark's match.
Okay, so I think that ended before this because I remember posting my reaction to both these. So
it did because I remember letting my chat because a lot of people in my chat was like, "Has the Purrazzo match started?" And I was like, "Yeah, it has. I got it pulled up. When this goes to commercial, we'll go over and listen to that." That's how I was flipping back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then right as the end, right before the ending, I was like, "Holy shit, Purrazzo won!" And and then of course the Ilya stuff happened.
So good match from the things I did see from Mello and Ilya. I feel like I did see like the last good 4 minutes or whatever because I looked Deonna and that ended quite a bit before this one ended. Yeah, so I was a little bit bummed because I actually was kind of behind Mello winning here. I would have been all for it, but they're building up to it. I think they're doing a good job at getting the crowd behind Mello right now because they're obviously already clamoring for it. So I think they're trying to see if they could keep that clamor going to see if he has longevity. Maybe I don't know, but
it has to be
because it's still there. Thankfully, it's not gotten to the point to where he's losing and the crowd's piping down on it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Mello and LA are kind of like in the same situation.
Yeah, I guess so, in the sense of Mello hasn't even really hit the upper mid card yet, though. So he's fought in the upper mid card, but he hasn't like felt like an upper mid carder on his booking.
No, but I feel like they brought Mello the way they brought Mello in, that he was going to be pushed to the upper mid card right away, and it just still.
Well, I hated that when the Miz came back. They even tried to fucking continue that feud, but I mean they did. But
yeah, it's kind of
that's my biggest complaint about WWE too. A lot of the time is like when there's a tag team split up. Sometimes a lot of the time they'll not book the other guy. They're doing good with Kit Wilson. I mean he's mainly on main event for the most part. Ha! Chiefs just missed a field goal. Doink. Oh man, what a game!
Choking.
Minute left in the half. Yeah, just 10-0, but yeah, that's great. So I'm just ready for the WWE to like stop not booking talent because people get injured. It happened with the Wyatts. We saw Bo Dallas, and he wasn't even injured. He was dealing with his family situation. And we were very rarely seeing the rest of the Wyatts on SmackDown. They were still showing up in AAA more so than they were showing up on SmackDown. They would just do the stalking segments where someone was backstage and you'd see them fucking in the background. And that went on for the majority of the time that Bo was gone with dealing with his personal issues. And look at the Chad Gable injury. Same with the Creeds and Ivy. Ivy's barely been coming back to TV now, and Creed's been relegated to main event. And I don't even know if they've been on AAA because I don't know. I feel like they haven't been nowhere. They did it with Mello. I really hate that they do this.
Yeah, I don't know why they do it. There's plenty of places you can write them in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they even had Kit getting a feud for like 2 weeks with Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like just
So
giving.
that was smart.
Well, didn't Priest end up facing him on main event anyways?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's still happening because he's still doing. He can't.
I will give them a shout out for like starting the story on Raw and then finishing that. Like a quick little story with him on main event. Shout out to them for that.
Yeah, I think he's even still doing the masculinity. I don't know, like.
Oh
he's
yeah,
got a flag
toxic
now.
like it's a toxic masculinity and then crossed out. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what he was doing. He was saying Priest was being toxic and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then so that's still happening. It's just on main event.
Just think it's cool that they started it on Raw, and because like main event, they don't give us any incentive to watch it besides like, hey, you might check out this like random possible NXT person versus this main roster person. Like, oh, that's kind of neat. But
yeah,
other than that, I couldn't tell you the last time I took time to watch a main event show or match.
I don't even know where it's at.
Shit, probably Peacock. But didn't their fucking back catalog just get pulled off of Peacock? Like that just ended?
I think it's December 31st is when it's finally
Okay. So, well, I better fucking. Well, it's funny because I actually just started. I don't know if I should even say this. It's not really bad, but it's frowned upon. I started torrenting things again. Movies, TVs. Yeah, you know, like torrents. Like you download torrents. Like people torrent stuff to. Yeah. It's like a compression file that you could download quickly and then whatever. Anyways, so I've downloaded a few shows, like full series, like Sopranos, Degrassi, other shows that I'm really into, just because I've been getting back into physical and like having my own digital media instead of streaming again. So I'm gonna have to start doing that with fucking WWE with all this shit. At least for us Americans.
Yeah, because I don't know how we're gonna find it.
They don't even have it all up. They don't even have the full back catalog on there. It's not like Peacock.
No, and Netflix is about to be bombarded with wrestling stuff.
Well, I don't even think that. I think that's the whole point of Raw Vault, SmackDown Vault, and all that shit. I think that's the majority of it will end up on there.
I hope so.
I mean, that's a good alternative, but I hate that everything's bouncing around. We really didn't know how good we had it with the original WWE Network, as flawed as it was. And then when we went to Peacock, we were like, damn, this doesn't have the like where you could just click on the matches once you click on the event.
Yep.
It was so good, dude. I even miss I get nostalgia when I hear that. Like, if you ever watch the live channel, they had like the 24/7 channel on the network, and it would like play that like little intro. Like it had like a specific song they played. Anytime I hear that, I'm like, nostalgia. And that's so weird to think about. I mean, obviously that was like 10 years ago now or plus, but like, fuck, man, we had it so good.
We did. Because if you go back and watch it now, it's so hard to find, and then having to fast forward through the show to find the match you want to show somebody. Or
the one good thing is it gave us the WWE Vault, like the normal WWE Vault, not just Raw Vault and all that. Is like WWE Vault has been dropping like Omni shows that were never released publicly and shit now. A lot of old shit from NWA that never was fully public. A lot of that's been finally dropping that we've never seen before, so that's pretty cool. But
yeah, that is nice.
And they like released like there was like they did a live of like all kinds of random house show matches and shit. And sometimes the WWE Vault Twitter account would be like, hey, we're gonna be doing stuff on this. Give us your match recommendations. And one time it was like house show matches. And I was like, please, if you have the footage of, it was in Denver. It was, I think I might have told you about it. John Cena and DX versus, it was like Batista, Sheamus, and Swagger or something like that. 6-man tag at a house show. Like one of the craziest matches I've ever seen at a house show. I was like, please post that in there. And they didn't. But I'd love to go back and see that because I was there. And it wasn't like a Raw or anything, so I can't go back and watch it. And I think I have photos of it, but that's it. And it was like before good video phones existed. Yeah. I think I had like the LG chocolate, but I didn't have a video camera. It's just photos.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Can't go back and watch all that shit like we used to.
No.
But yeah, so back to where we went a lot of segue. I went from talking about Raw then to Damian Priest into the fucking main event story into fucking the back catalog where to watch main event. Anyways, let's get back on the SmackDown here. I didn't see this LA Knight interview. I guess he did an interview about his match with Gunther. Alexa and Kyrie, I did not see much of this match. I'm assuming I was watching ROH. I couldn't tell you much about this match. But it looks like Bliss won.
Bliss did win. I do know that
this Mercedes. Wasn't this during the Mercedes or no? Because I remember Lash and them came out. What was I watching over this then? Because I remember Lash and I came out and I was like, I see Lash and I out, but I'm more focused on. I remember even saying it out loud.
It wasn't a pure championship match, probably.
Oh, the Iron Man. That's right. It was towards the end of the Iron Man. So I think this is when they went into overtime. Sudden death is why.
Had to have been because I seen the last like 30 seconds of that match. I seen the first half of it, and I was look over and watch a little bit what was going on.
SmackDown was going to commercial so much. So like
God Almighty.
I was focusing on SmackDown a bit during this match, that match for ROH. And then it would just go to commercial. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're watching the Iron Man match. And then we'd be on commercial for 3.5 minutes, and we'd come back. And we like the SmackDown was so commercial happy this Friday, like more so than ever. I felt like, and dude, so that I saw more of the, so I just stopped focusing on SmackDown. I was like, oh, I guess we're watching the Iron Man match. I tried to get into SmackDown, and I'm back in here. So,
yeah, that was a great match. But no, Bliss did win. She has the sister Abigail DDT. It came out of nowhere. But the big thing about this was, and we talked about it on Monday. Monday ended in a great women's tag team brawl. The only people that was missing, was Nia and Lash. Well, they made their appearance here. Took out, I think it was just, no, they took out Bliss, Charlotte,
Alexa, Charlotte, and Kabuki's. It says, yeah.
Yeah. So
and then they just held the belts up.
Yeah. I think they're the ones to get it next.
I actually hope they do, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, that's when Cody went backstage. So this happened, and I think the Iron Man was still continuing, but I was like, oh shit, I wonder what Cody's kind of saying, but this Iron Man match is good. Oh shit, Oba and Ricky. So I like fucking switched my audio. I was like, fuck, I need to know what he's saying. Yeah. That's when he said Oba and Ricky winner faces him next week. And then this is where we just went into a lot more commercials. And then I think I got to see the end of the Iron Man match because I did not pay attention to Elba and Jade one bit. I couldn't tell you one thing about it.
Jade won. Unfortunately, I don't mean that in a bad way, but
no, I just love the answers. Yeah, Jade won. I don't know either.
I do not know. And this one.
Yes, Jade beat. I know it led to a backstage segment later. Again, it's the second week in a row that we saw B-Fab, and then Michin rolled up, and so we're getting Michin and Jade next week. That was a little bit later on.
Unfortunately, yes.
Then we also had a backstage segment after this. I did see this with Ilya when he went up to Aldis. He was pissed about because it was like Fraxium talking with Aldis. That's when Ilya rolled up pissed about Tommaso finally wanting the match. And then of course Tama Tonga again came up to him, like breathing down his neck all hard. And so they've been teasing this one forever since he won the title. So I don't know when we get Solo and Ilya and Tama.
After Tommaso, I would say.
Yeah, I don't think Tommaso wins. So what else do we got? And that's when Solo and the FTs. I did not pay attention to any of this. All my chat told me is that he said the Bo leave line, and that's when we saw the Wyatt show up on the apron, and then Bo was behind him again. But this time, I did see this. Instead of this time him getting Sister Abigail DDT to be because they like I think it was basically a trap from the MFTs. So they I don't know exactly what Solo said, but they were left Solo alone basically, like left the ring before him. And then he stayed, and that's when that happened. So once Howdy showed up, that's when they came back up on the ring apron, and that's what led to the brawl there.
So how this went, he comes in the ring because I was listening here watching Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes and Velvet were putting on a fucking banger, dude. That was my match of the night.
I don't doubt it. I agree with you on that. But he's talking. Hey, we got rid of Sammy, like I said we was gonna do, but now we gotta focus on the Wyatts. Y'all have something my family wants. Y'all attack me, and now when my family attacks y'all, they don't come back. People my family attacks, they don't come back. He looks in the camera and he's like, everything that you got, and pointing at the camera, talking to howdy or Bo, everything that you got because of him, and he points up and he pauses and he says, because of him again, I'm going to prove why
Mm.
you shouldn't have the Wyatt last name.
Damn.
And he walks back and he
I
says,
got the
and I
tattoo
say
of the
that
Wyatt.
he says, and he's I can't remember what he said, but he said, all I have to do is Bo leave it.
That's actually fire. Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. But yeah, so it led to that brawl then. So that's pretty legit, honestly. So I don't know, did they announce their match or anything coming up? Wyatt's and
They did
OFTs?
not know. They did not know. Gosh, they did not announce a match for them.
Okay, you got a long day. You're good. Um, so after that, we had Miz. I guess I didn't see this. He was complaining to Nick Aldis about not being John Cena's last opponent or not even being the focus of SNME. Aldis told him that he isn't on the show, and the A-lister spits and sputters before Nick tells him that he knows he rigged the draw for the replacement. Oh, so Aldis found out. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Okay,
Uh,
I missed that.
yeah, and then I guess Bailey rolled up to talking about wanting to be on this NME, and that's when he announced it would be her and Soul.
So, yep, that I do remember. Yes.
Then there was a Gunther interview I didn't see. Oh, there was an Aleister Black promo that I didn't see.
Yes, because so Damien done a promo as well before this,
Oh
talking
yeah, and he
about
announced Rhea. I
yeah,
forgot about that. Announced
Rhea,
Rhea was
yeah.
gonna
He
be
rolls up
help him.
in what looks like, of course, he's wearing regular pants. It looks like he's wanting a street fight or whatever, in my opinion, because he's not in his regular his gimmick outfits, I guess.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "You brought your wife into this." Well, and then I can't remember what he said Rhea was, and then she slides from behind him.
He said family.
So
He's like, I have family or
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah. And so the Terror Twins against Alistair and
And
Zelina
Zelina
is
next
set for
Friday.
next Friday. Yep.
Yeah, I did see that because I was curious what he was. It was after the. I think that was after the U.S. Open Challenge. That promo.
Had to have been because I don't remember this Alistair promo. I
Me
can't remember what was
either.
going on in Ring of Honor.
It probably was still the Mercedes Velvet match because it was after the MFT stuff. So
I know that's not because of how my reactions played out for
mhm.
on my show. Yeah, it was.
So it just
There was some
says
kind
it
of
just says he says Damian Priest is tragic is tragic, a man drowning with his head above water, and he might be everyone's enemy, but it says but Al will give it to you straight up. Oh, Alistair. I'm so confused. They left Damien a perfect monster, and here comes Rhea Ripley. Zelina Vega calls her a succubus that lures you to the family you once had, and that version of Judgment Day is over, and she'll just leave him in a sad state she found him in. Damn. And then Alistair goes on to says that if it's an Infernal Priest wants, then like Virgil to Dante, he'll guide him through it.
So I've seen other people talking about it, and I can't remember which other creator I've seen. It might have been Conman.
Uh-huh.
He commented on it. Are we gonna see another adaptation of an Inferno match? Like we've
That'd
seen
be
with
cool,
Kane and
but I doubt
Undertaker in
it.
the
I
past.
did like the way they did the one with Fiend and Randy back during
Yeah.
COVID. Even though the match ended up being shit at WrestleMania, and they just magically made him unburned anyways.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I didn't hate that Inferno match. That was pretty cool. If they could do something like that, because in theory, the way they used to do it with the fucking ring surrounded in flames, that's cool too. A cool visual, but way more dangerous.
Yeah, I remember the last good one we had before the Randy Bray was Kane and MVP, where he
Gosh,
caught
I even
MVP's back on fire.
damn, I don't even remember that. I have to go back and check that out.
Yeah, that was a good one. Because I think, and that wasn't at No Mercy, because I can't remember what, that might have been on a SmackDown. I know it happened because MVP had the purple and silver outfit on. That's when he still came out with the, God, we had that inflatable thing where it said MVP on the front and he would bust
Yeah,
through it.
1,
Yeah.
2. You hit the clock. Kick it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So after all this was our main event, LA Knight and Gunther. Luckily, and I don't mean this in a bad way, they had the ROH tag title match happening at this time, so it was very easy to watch LA and Gunther over.
Yeah.
I wasn't too
I
invested
just
in LFI versus I don't even remember who they defended against, but
Tommy Billington and
oh, and
Adam
Adam
Priest.
Priest. Yeah, I couldn't tell you a thing about that match because I was watching this. So
I couldn't either. I was God. They gave us hope, didn't they? At
They
least I
really
thought they
did. They
did.
really did a good job at making LA Knight not look like a scrub against Gunther here, um, multiple times. And I loved the surprise BFT. So Gunther had hit the splash, went up for another one, but his shadow over hell style. I think he just hit a second splash. Knight kicks out, hits the power bomb, still a kick out from LA. He picks up LA as soon as he gets LA to his feet. LA just boom BFT.
Oh,
It was
yep.
so clean because he was like pulling him up by his hair, So he was getting up, and just as soon as he was up, brought him back down
Boom.
with him BFT. I was like, I popped. So I was like, that was so clean. But of course,
And
Gunther got his foot on the rope.
yeah, and then the fucking foot on the rope, man. Like it, which gives me the hope that maybe they're gonna be okay with John beating him
Yeah.
at Saturday Night's main event.
Yep.
But yet again, I'm worried because he retired Goldberg. If he does it to Cena, is he just gonna be the closer for everybody's fucking career moving forward? We know AJ's done
He's
in
gonna retire
26.
AJ. He's gonna retire
Is
Randy.
it
He's gonna retire Jericho when he returns.
God Almighty?
But Gunther's not even like a spring chick. He's like what, 39, 40?
He's just gonna start carrying around a Grim Reaper's axe.
They're gonna make him wear a face mask and put a police siren at the start of his entrance. I don't know why I compared that to Ambrose. I just thought that was one of the worst decisions they ever did.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully they give Cena this win. That's what I'm looking for.
I do think that he's gonna win it for sure. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. My fiance says no twice in the chat. But no, yeah, this was a great match. Of course, he caught him in the submission. I don't even know what the submission was. It was almost like a different version of the STF kind of.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was like similar but different. It was like instead of him like cross face, he had more of like a choke. It was interesting. But it was very similar.
I think he was trying to point, that he's gonna make Cena tap.
Yeah,
is what he's implying.
But so LA tap, and then afterwards, Gunther just talks down to the camera, saying that he's gonna make him give up. Of course, his line is never give up. So a lot of people have speculated that they're gonna have Cena tap, and he's only submitted very rarely, like in his career.
I think he tapped to Kurt Angle, Jericho. I don't think anyone else.
I think there might be one more, but I just don't remember. I'll look it up real quick. Let me see, because I'm actually curious now. How many times has John Cena tapped?
Oh, there's a stat out there.
4 times. Chris Jericho in 2002 on a SmackDown, Walls of Jericho. No Mercy, 03 to Chris. No, 3. So it's 2 of them is Kurt. So he tapped 4 times, 3 people. So, that's why we didn't remember that one. So the second one was Kurt. Third one was Chris Benoit. Crossface.
That makes sense.
December 2003. SmackDown.
Was it SmackDown?
Yeah, December 2003. So that was probably Thugonomics era.
Yeah. That's probably right as they were trying to figure out what gimmick he was going to run with.
Probably.
Remember, he was wearing the.
And then the last ever time he's tapped out in his career, 21 years ago, in February, against Kurt Angle. He's tapped twice to Kurt. I do think that, though, he shouldn't go out with 2 losses in his. But then again, I wouldn't hate it.
I don't know. I hope he wins. I do hope he wins.
And I was saying this in my stream earlier today. Like, I'm ready for this whole retirement shit to end because half of it was pretty terrible. More than half of it was pretty terrible. The Brock part too. But like the only things I enjoyed out of that retirement run was the Punk match because it was cool to see, and him and Randy too, just because that was an opposite side. That was a unique, but that was when it was peak shit. So the match was forgettable. And I think it involved R-Truth, which made it even worse. And I love R-Truth. It just didn't hit. Anyways, yeah, I only cared for the Punk in the second Cody match.
Like, I would have been fine with this if
and the Dom stuff.
Him getting the Grand Slam title was fantastic. That should have been the whole focus of this retirement tour, in my opinion. The heel thing, I don't think that was their best idea. Even after they did it, it still just. It was a good. I think they done it for a good pop. I hate to say it that way because it did. It popped up for everybody. But his title run, as much as I like that someone beat Flair's record, because I don't think it'll ever happen if it wasn't Cena. Um, you could have done it as him as a face.
So I saw a stat earlier that I was trying to find about this tournament or about John Cena's last year and all the matches he's had. And I don't remember if it said 4 or 5 of the matches, but either 4 of the 5 matches included Logan Paul.
What the fuck?
Like in the whole tour,
Really?
not just I'm trying to figure it out here. I mean, I couldn't find it on Google. I'm gonna have to actually ask an AI because I can't find it. My Google pool ain't strong enough right now, so I'm gonna have to resort to what I don't like doing because it'll probably pull it up faster.
Yep.
All right, all John Cena retirement tour matches with Logan Paul. Clash in Paris, obviously the one-on-one. They had the tag match on SmackDown. It was him and Cody versus Drew and Logan. Money in the Bank tag match. Cody and Jay defeated John and Logan. That's when he was heel. Okay, it was 4 because then the Royal Rumble as well. So 4 matches of this John Cena retirement tour included Logan Paul. Is that crazy?
I don't know. Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's obviously. I think it's the most out of everyone. I mean, Dom had 2. Well, Jay might have 2 because Jay was part of that one, and then the Rumble. No, they never went 1-on-1 though. Anyways, that's a weird stat to me that he got the more matches out of the retirement tour with John. I know the Rumble technically you don't want to count, but it counts because he eliminated John. Or no, John eliminated him. Sorry.
Yes, and that's kind of what the feud was. No, the feud wasn't built on that, but
He brought it up. They brought it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's crazy stat. 4 matches out of the 5 of his last year, Logan was a part of. Crazy stat. But yeah, SmackDown was there.
It was there for sure. Yeah.
I want to jump into ROH since we kind of already talked about it. This match or this card was great. Even the pre-show was great. I don't know if you saw any of the pre-show. But really good matches on the pre-show. Ace Austin and Lee Johnson had a fucking great match on the pre-show, as well as GYV and Death Riders was a really good tag match.
Grizzled Young Veterans. I seen the end of that match.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything else.
Really solid match. I loved Moxley on commentary during this. He was cracking me the fuck up. So like one point, James Drake hit a big drop kick on I think DG, and then he went for the pin, and DG kicked out at 2. And Moxley's like, look at that grit. What are you going to do ending that? You think you're going to end that with a drop kick? No, it's like, I love you, Moxley. He was just yelling the whole fucking time. It was amazing. And then he'd just be calm and talking normally. But when he got mad, he'd like grit his teeth. Be like, you guys think you can do that? And his gravelly ass voice. It was fucking amazing. That was the highlight of the pre-show for me was Moxley. I think Moxley was also part of the first match on commentary. I could be wrong on that, but
he was.
Yeah, I think he did a few matches. But he was great in that match because obviously Death Riders.
I think he said on commentary for majority of the show.
Really? I don't remember. He might have been part of the Iron Man one too. I don't remember. But yeah, I think you might be right. He was on for a few matches. But obviously we already talked about Perazo and Billy. Deanna got a win. It was a fun match. Obviously with Pure Rules. I forgot how to say her finisher name. It's the Venus. Dude, I loved her and I wish I could say it. But her finisher is brutal. Deanna's. Venus de Milo or something like that. Yeah, like the Venus. It's like a Venus flytrap. It's like the Venus to something. But she like traps both arms behind the back, and then she was just like I think like kicking on Billy's head with her foot. It was fucking nasty. Yeah, so Billy ended up tapping. I think Billy used all of her rope breaks too. Because at one point Deanna had her in a submission in the ropes, and the ref was, just do you tap? And I was like, oh my god, she's fucked. Like she can't break it. She ended up getting free, but I think you pulled Deanna into the ropes or something to break free. But yeah, it was a fucking amazing finisher.
Yeah, like I said, I was watching back and forth with this one, so I really didn't see everything. I seen, of course, which Billy used the ropes at least twice, and then I realized they were all gone. But I'm glad out of this match, though. I am glad that Tony has finally gave a title to Deanna.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this was supposed to include. I don't know if it was supposed to be triple threat, but they had to advance to the finals because Queen Aminata still wasn't cleared. And she was supposed to still have a semifinal. They'd been pushing that match back, but she wasn't cleared, so they just fully took her out of the tournament. But she did come out afterwards, and she had her neck brace, and she said that she was coming for the title. So I'm glad that that's still going to happen.
Yeah, as soon as she's cleared, I thought she had a concussion. I didn't think it was anything too serious.
It could be. I mean, maybe the neck brace is just to kind of give a visual. I don't know.
Yeah, it could. I guess we'll see probably in a few weeks.
So we went right into which we kind of talked about already, the 30-minute Iron Man match for the men's pure title. Nigel McGuinness in a match for the first time in a few months. I don't remember his last match. It was earlier this year. And it was a damn good match. Surprisingly, they started out the lead with a 2-0 lead for Moriarty just 10 minutes into the match.
Yep.
I did not expect Moriarty to have the upper hand. Eventually, Nigel finally got a win or a pinfall with only about 10 minutes left. He finally got his first fall, make it 2-1. But immediately after, about 30 seconds later, fucking Moriarty with a counter roll up to go 3-1. It was wild.
Yeah, like I said, I seen the last maybe 20 seconds of this match.
See, that's why the SmackDown kept sucking me out of it. And so when I cut in it, all the cool shit was happening in this match. And so it just sucked me in. And I just got more interested in this than SmackDown because of all the fucking commercials.
Yeah, because like I seen like 2-0. I was like, damn. I figured Nigel would at least get a pinfall. And I was like, oh, he got one. And then
took him 20 fucking minutes to get one.
and then as soon as I looked back over to see if anything had changed, I was like, how did he get another pinfall?
Yeah, 3-1.
What is going on?
30 seconds later, dude. Not even like 40 seconds later, he just rolled him up and pinned him. But yeah, the Nigel, I loved the way they did the last 2 minutes. So the last 2 minutes was essentially almost like Iron Survivor. Nigel just went fucking ham and tied it up. So it went first, because it was 3-1, obviously. With a minute 50 left on the clock, he got it to 3-2. But then immediately after that, like 30 seconds later, they just kept going back and forth on pins. So he baited him into a big pinfall and he got the pin. And so it tied it at 3-3. And then fucking immediately after, Moriarty grabbed the tights in a roll up and got a fourth fall. So he had 30 seconds and he got the last fall with 0 seconds remaining to tie it. So the last 2 minutes was fucking a roller coaster, dude. It was fucking insane. And so, of course, they went to sudden death. They took a little long on setting up the sudden death because they had kept telling Nigel, oh, the match is over. Like, officials were telling him he just needs to get out of here. And eventually, finally, that's when they got on the mic. He's like, oh, it's not going to end like this. And they went to sudden death. And, of course, Moriarty ended up retaining. But that was the only thing I hated is how long they took up to set up the sudden death.
Yeah, because looking here, it did take a little bit. The rest decided it was a draw, and there's a lot of build-up in between.
There was. I was really annoyed by it because I was like, sudden death. We've had this before. Sudden death. Come on, sudden death. Also, I thought it was funny that this was, and it makes sense though. It was obviously for the ROH Pure title, but since it was an Iron Man match, they completely negated the Pure rules. So there was no 3 rope breaks. There was no non-closed fist rule. And there was no 20 count. It was legit just a normal match at this point, just Iron Man rules. Which I thought was interesting. Like, obviously, I get it at the same time. Like, Iron Man is kind of like similar in a sense, but it doesn't have those same rules.
Didn't Nigel have a title with him as well?
If he did, I didn't see it.
I thought maybe that was him just grabbing the title and handing it to.
Yeah, so he handed the title over. So, I do. Okay. So what you're talking about is he gave him the OG ROH Pure title.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I don't think he came out with it. Did he come out with it to start the match?
I thought that's when I seen it was at the start of the match. But
okay. I must have missed his entrance then. I don't remember it. So I think you're right then. Because I remember him handing it over. I just didn't see him come out.
I was like, how the hell does Nigel have the title as well? Because I was like, did they have a match and I miss it? The way there's kind of like where there was 2 titles at one time and they're trying to.
Yeah, so it was like a passing of the torch moment because I think Nigel was like one of the I don't know if he was the first pure champion, but he was like basically one of the guys who helped make that division.
So what it says is Nigel was out first wearing the old ROH Pure title as a reminder that he was one of the longest reigning ROH Pure champions of all times, bested only by Moriarty himself.
So yeah, it was a really great match.
He did have it.
So we immediately after that jumped into Red Velvet and Mercedes, and like I said a bit ago, this was my fucking match of the night.
Yeah, before that, this is where
promo.
Moxley call out. Yeah, that's where he left commentary.
Yeah, so
So
he cut a promo on Takeshita and said the Callis family is sipping from the well of entitlement and stuff. And
yeah,
yeah, I didn't watch Collision, but I did see that he lost. He lost to Takeshita.
um, he did, and we'll probably talk about that after Ring of Honor because it was interesting what happened as they kind of ended the show.
Okay. So yeah, Red Velvet, she obviously got her rematch here against Mercedes, and they started the downfall of Mercedes. These two had some great maneuvers throughout the match. Of course, Mercedes did her top rope lung blower, which was nasty. Velvet sold
Yes,
it fucking
God Almighty.
amazingly. Um,
I, I
but yeah,
honestly thought she had it when she hit that. I was like, damn, she's gonna win it again off this long blower.
and they got a lot of time too. Let me see if I can find how it was at least near 15 minutes, if I had to guess.
I would say right at 17 and a half, it felt like.
5. All right, let's see. So the times Mercedes and Red Velvet went 13:46. I think
That's
with
not
entrance,
counting
yeah, not
entrances, right?
no, just bell to
Okay,
bell.
that makes sense.
So yeah, so Velvet gets the upset. Mercedes did a really good job afterwards, sitting in the corner, freaking out, going crazy, looking like she's about to cry. And so now she's down to 12 belts, Monet.
Yes. So, like, so during this match, I watched the opening like maybe 5 minutes, and I wanted to see what Solo was gonna say about the Wyatts.
Mhm.
So he does that whole thing. They attack. Rowan and Tonga have this
Oh,
fight.
I did
I
see
look
that.
over,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, this match is still happening. I said, we're gonna switch right over and see what happens at the end of it. The second I get that out and the audio starts happening, Red Velvet gets the pinfall. I
Oh,
was like,
dude,
holy shit.
you need to go back and watch that whole match. It was fucking great.
Yeah, from what I've seen highlight wise, it looked fantastic.
Oh,
I
they
probably
fucking
will
went
watch it
balls to the
back.
wall. The fact that Red Velvet is one of the few women now to pin Mercedes since she's left the WWE is crazy.
I think it's Tony, Stat, and now Red Velvet, right?
Yeah, I don't think she's got pinned in a tag match yet. So yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I definitely think, and then we had later on there was a backstage with Mercedes. They're trying to interview her, but it ended up
Yes.
with Layla Gray confronting her. And she's still calling herself the baddie, which I thought was interesting because she was a baddie with Jade Cargill. So kind of like tying back to the TBS title, with Jade was the initial super long title reign, and then of course now Mercedes passed that. So I thought that was a little interesting since that connection to Jade.
So when I was at WrestleCade last weekend,
Mhm.
at Ladies Nights Out 15, she was actually in a tag team match, and she still went by the
The
baddie,
baddie,
Layla Gray
yeah.
there. And I was like, holy shit! That's the only reason like the name kind of like it kind of ringed to me. I was like, she's from AEW.
Yeah, she
I was
used to
like,
do
she
the
was with
baddie stuff.
Jade.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, didn't know she was wrestling tonight on Ladies
So
Night Out.
that ended up happening on Collision. I don't know. Yeah, Mercedes retained. I wasn't too sure. I just had to look that up real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would have been shocked, even more shocked, if she lost that to Layla Gray, because Layla hasn't done anything
Could you
on TNA
imagine?
or TNA on
Just,
AEW.
just the fast downfall, they just speed track it.
That'd be crazy as
They don't
fuck.
even slow down.
And like I said, I didn't really pay attention to Sammy and Mordos versus Tommy Billington and Priest for the tag titles. LFI did retain.
Mhm.
I don't know if they won clean. Oh no, it looks like it says Sammy struck Billington with a low blow. Mordos uncorked a discus lariat, and then he pinned Billington.
Yeah, I do remember seeing Hechicero coming out there and hitting
That's
Priest like at no end.
right. That's right. And that was interesting because Hechicero's not part of LFI.
He's not. He's not. And I don't know what play he would have had in
Yeah,
that.
that's right. I remember telling my chat, like, I'm not really paying attention, but why the fuck is Hechicero out here? He's not even fucking LFI. He's Don Callis fam.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. I did not pay attention to this match. I could not tell you a thing about it. I think this was during Gunther and LA Knight. So it was Eddie Kingston versus Josh Woods. Obviously, they just probably wanted to give Eddie one thing. I think this match went too long. Let me pull up that time again. I accidentally closed it, but I think I remember because this was like just ended like right after LA and Gunther, and I was surprised it was still going.
It did.
No, 9 minutes. Not as bad as I thought. I thought maybe it went like 12, 13. But yeah, so Eddie got a win. Did you see anything about this match? Because I didn't.
I did. I was hoping LA Knight was going to win. So nothing bad against Eddie or just Josh Woods, dude, because he looked like he's another big man that hopefully Tony can put in not in a faction and have him do something on his own. But I did not. It didn't. It didn't build anything for what Eddie's currently doing, but it did give that Josh guy some time on TV against somebody who's known in AEW. He looked good from what I did see though, but
Yeah.
nothing stood out other than
Uh,
that, unfortunately.
so the ROH 6-man tag titles were on the line. Shane Taylor Promotions, of course, Shane Taylor and the Infantry, Carly Bravo and
Mhm.
Sean Dean, I believe his name is, uh,
Yes.
versus Skyflight, Scorpio Sky and Top Flight. They had some really good spots in this match. Nothing really too crazy. Trisha Adora was trying to help out with Skyflight, and Layla Gray and her ended up battling in the ring because they kept,
Yes, I remember that. Yep.
But Carly Bravo and Sean Dean, man, they are super underrated. They were killing it in this
They
fucking match.
are.
They are so good. I was glad that Shane Taylor Promotions got to retain here. I really do hope we see more of them on AEW.
I do too. And I'm. I don't know. I feel like Skyflight. They built him up. They put Scorpio in there. And it's just not been much on Scorpio Sky's return. I know he was gone for such a long time with the injury, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he should have done something singles wise before he went into the 6-man.
I feel like there'd be nothing for him single wise, and I feel like this would gives him more matches and more things to do.
Okay.
At one point in this match too, Christopher Daniels, because Anthony Ogogo came in there, and Christopher Daniels in there and hit a nasty Angel's Wings on him.
He did, yes.
But yeah, nothing too crazy on this match. And they retained. So if then Ricochet and Dalton Castle also had a match. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever seen a Don Castle entrance until this one. That shit was.
Wait,
It
really?
was something. I somehow
That's
not
crazy.
have seen his entrance.
Yeah,
somehow.
I love Dalton Castle's entrance. It's the best, boys.
And then he does the parade around the ring. I was like, where?
Great.
I was like, I've missed this. Like, where has
I
this
hate that
happened
you
before?
barely experienced it. At least you've experienced it. I just hate that it took this long. That match went. I don't even. Oh, there it is. That went 15 minutes. That's kind of surprising. I couldn't tell you much about this match, even though the SmackDown was already over.
I know Ricochet took out one of the boys on the
boys,
outside. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
It wasn't bad. I just feel like I
it
don't remember
wasn't.
much about it. So much has happened last few days.
I don't. And at this point, I was like, there had been a lot, and I was really looking forward to the main event, the co-main event, because I figured it would be the main event, but it wasn't. Which
Yeah, I was surprised that wasn't the main event either.
But Castle looked very strong in this match, for what I do remember.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've never seen. I guess I've never seen him really in a lot of in-ring stuff. Somehow,
I was at ROH.
I don't remember.
Supercard of Honor in 2024. No, 2020. Yeah, wait. Yeah, 2024, because it was WrestleMania 40, and fucking Dalton faced John Morrison, or what does he go by, Johnny TV or whatever.
Yes, Johnny
and
TV.
It was like a fucking crazy ass hardcore match. I will say it was of course like a 4-hour show, and being there live like the day before WrestleMania was crazy. But I felt that whole time. It was a long show.
So has he only been on Ring of Honor?
Dalton Castle?
Yes.
I think he might have showed up on AEW once or twice, but yeah. He was part of ROH before Tony bought it too.
Okay, so
he's been part of ROH.
I didn't really watch ROH then.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be why.
Yeah, I didn't see him until Tony Khan took over, but then I obviously did research and saw who's who, and no, I did see a bit of ROH before because I was following it a bit during COVID. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like it now because of course I can watch it now. I couldn't watch it back when it was Brian, Joe, Seth, and all them. Now I can watch it. I'm able to do it myself. So I do try to keep up with it more.
Yeah, Dalton Castle's great.
I was impressed with it.
And then of course, like you said, what ended up being our co-main event, Bandito defending in the survival of the fittest match, which was just an elimination style 6-way. And it had Sammy Guevara, Beast Mortals doing double duty as they fought earlier. Also Hechicero, Commander, and Blake Christian. Surprising to me, Sammy Guevara was the first eliminated.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Sammy was eliminated first, and then like a minute later, Beast Mordos was. LFI got eliminated back to back.
Maybe I thought it was Beast Mordos first. Maybe it was. Yeah, it had to have been Sammy.
It was
then.
Sammy, and then it was Mordos second.
That's crazy.
Because
Another
I
good
remember
thing-
laughing at my fiance, who that's her favorite, one of her favorites. So I was like mocking her that he got eliminated first. She's like, it's okay. He retained his tag titles.
That is true.
But yeah, I was surprised that he was eliminated first. I thought if anything, it'd be like Commander or something. Or
well,
Blake Christian, actually.
Commander and Bandito in this match was fantastic.
Oh yeah, they had some crazy
Tag team
spots.
was.
They had some crazy ass spots. There was a spot where like I don't even remember fully every fucking move, but it was like I don't know if he like just like threw him at the ropes and he like jumped up on his shoulders somehow, like spun him up on his shoulders, and he like walked him to the ropes and then he fucking dove on everyone.
Yeah, he was supposed to do like a backflip. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just ended up like just almost like coffin dropping it, just falling. He didn't even like jump.
Yeah.
He just fell straight
And
on
then
them.
there was another one where he was in the corner and Bandito was standing in front of him. He jumped and landed on his shoulders, and I think he used Blake Christian's back and hopped on it and then did a splash.
It was Blake and Commander, and then he like took out Hechicero or something. Yeah, that shit was bad. I didn't expect that because at first I was like, oh, what is he gonna do here? And then he walked on their shoulders. They were like strategically placed, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I did not expect that. So yeah, I remember that. That was sick. So in the end, it was once again Hechicero and Bandito, and they kind of had like a full blown singles match that went quite a bit.
They did.
After the whole match itself was only 27 minutes, so it could have. I felt like it was longer than that, to be honest. I thought it was longer, but that is still long. Both that and the Athena match, it says, went 27 minutes, which makes sense honestly because it ended like right on the 4 hour mark. But yeah, so Bandito retained. Blake Christian was one of the final 3, I believe. I believe Commander was eliminated before him. And Blake Christian had a really great showing. A lot of my chat started believing that Blake was going to be the upset victory there at that point, which we didn't get. We already had the upset earlier in the night. But yeah, no, it was really fucking fun match. And I think this match seals the deal for me on Bandito being my wrestler of the year.
Yes, 100%.
Like, I don't think anyone had a better year than Bandito.
They haven't, and there would be people that will say that Bandito's not, been there a lot this year, but he's been there the full time. He's competed in CMLL.
He was champ too. He fucking won the tag titles with Brody King. They were champs for a few months.
I know people. I know people call him. He botches a lot. I ain't seen that this year. He has had the year of world champion status.
Were you at the ROH show in All In weekend?
I did not.
Okay, I was gonna say because that I wasn't either because I was at the GCW show, but I went back and watched it obviously after the fact, and that's probably my match of the year. Bandito and Takeshita.
Him and Takeshita, yes, absolutely. I watched it because that was Friday.
Well, that and the Hechicero match was really good too, though.
God, see, that's the thing. He's got all these matches that you could say that is match of the year.
Well, he's had 2 really good Hechicero matches, and the other one in CMLL too, where they did the shoulder thing.
Where he popped his shoulder out of place. They called the match, and they even played back to this in this.
Oh yeah,
match,
then he went after his shoulder. Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh, my shoulder." Even got Doc over there, and Hechicero was like, "No, we're not doing this again."
Pulled him back in the ring.
I cannot remember the commentators' names, but they were like, "Yeah, Hechicero is making sure it does not happen." He won, but didn't win the title because of this in CMLL. He's making sure that doesn't happen.
You know what's funny about that when you say that? Because last night, obviously, I watched UFC, and one of the co-main events, the injury, the guy lost the title because of his injury. So that's funny. In wrestling, they don't do that.
They don't in wrestling, but in UFC, they do.
But yeah, so anyways, I have him as wrestler of the year, and he has match of the year in my book for sure.
There's no way he don't win it.
And then the main event, Athena and Persephone, solid match. I did think it went too long when I was watching it. I was like, okay, this has gone on a bit. I guess they want to hit the 4 hour window. But Persephone is really, really, really good in the ring from CMLL.
She is.
This is like my 3rd or 4th time seeing her. Diamante was ringside. I didn't know she was a minion now.
I didn't either.
and she tried to help out a bit, but she didn't play a role in the finish, thankfully. Because Athena ended up winning clean anyways. And of course, we saw Billy and come out and all that and celebrate with her. Does who the fuck dethrones Athena? I know she's like 1,100 days into this reign right now, but
I don't know.
she's
Was
defeated
there
Billy
anyone?
twice.
Who was it that came over from New Japan that got injured
Oh, not New
on Ring of
Japan,
Honor?
Stardom.
Stardom,
Suri.
yeah. That's who I think beat you.
Not you,
I thought she
Siri.
had,
Fuck off.
but yeah, I think she's the one that takes the title off of her.
That would make sense for sure. But it's a really good ROH show. I think it was probably the show of the weekend, wrestling wise.
It was. And then I would say Deadline's right behind it. But
Definitely,
I mean,
definitely.
it's just I don't know. The weekly shows, I still enjoy them, but I feel like we've been in a dull, and like we're getting out of it. We are. Things are happening that we're not expecting to happen, which is giving more excitement. And I
Mhm.
think you can tell we're at the end of the year, so they're trying to coast through the holidays, and then we're gonna see it change in a few weeks.
So we had Dynamite and Collision. We'll go through the Dynamite first because obviously we watched that. So one thing I want to bring up is obviously we have Samoa Joe and Eddie Kingston this Wednesday on Winter's. I'm sorry, on Winter's Coming.
Winter's coming.
I
Yes.
really can't buy Eddie getting a title shot right now.
No, it does not make sense. I
Mm-mm.
don't know where it made sense in the backstage. I don't know, because Eddie wasn't in the match with
He just
Hangman and
returned from
Joe.
injury too and hasn't been doing much.
He had no role in stopping what happened. If anything, he should be having a damn hardcore match with Hook.
Yeah. I don't really understand why he's getting a title shot at Joe. It's gonna be a great match. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's gonna be great on Wednesday. But I this whole intro thing and obviously it was a good promo. Like it wasn't a bad back and forth between Hook and not Hook, Kingston and Joe. I just was sitting there like, this is fun and all, but like, why is he getting a title shot? I just don't. I can't get into it because he doesn't feel like he deserves it to me. And I love Eddie, and I'm sure the match will be great. And the promo was great they had here. They said some good shit back to each other. Just I don't think he should be in getting a match.
I don't either. I don't know. Why didn't we give Hangman a rematch? Why isn't Swerve getting a match?
Well, they're
Instead, they're
building
putting
the Swerve and Hangman teaming, it seems again.
yeah, but I don't know. Joe could have sat this one out. I hate to say that.
I don't know. Hopefully a fun match, but I really don't think it's gonna be anything too crazy. After that, we have the rest of the ops backstage. They cut a promo. Hook says Samoa Joe's going to finish Kingston, and Powerhouse Hobbs says that they have business to do tonight, and they're going to sprinkle a little holiday cheer around. They're facing the Dark Order, which was kind of random, but hey, I love the Dark Order.
Yes.
Actually, it says the Dark Order impressed them on ROH TV, is what they said. So that's why they got the shot against the ops there. And if they beat them, they get a trios title match. But it led to something cool. So we saw the Dark Order backstage before their match a little bit later on. And of course they had unfinished story with Hangman, and Hangman starts walking by and he has the chain around his neck. And of course they're facing the ops who he has an issue with. So immediately they stop him. They're like, hey, take care of your business, but don't do it at our expense and cost us this match. And Hangman's like, you know what? You deserve that. You're right. I owe you that much. And I was like, thank God.
I like that. Yeah.
And he kept his word.
Out of it.
Kept his word. He didn't come out till after the match was over. Dark Order got their ass beat.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know.
The Dark Order has been doing a lot of Ring of Honor stuff for the last several years. I don't know how much longer they keep that group together.
I don't think they'll end it because of Brody.
That is true. That'll probably be the reason they don't. But yeah.
If anything, they should just start rebuilding it at this point.
Yeah, because isn't it only the 3 right now?
Yeah, because I remember at one point they brought back, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but the other guy that used to team with Evil Uno all the time, Stu Grayson. They had brought, like, so he got released, like he'd asked for his release or his contract expired and he left, did some indies, and then they like brought him back, and then I don't know what the fuck happened after that.
Didn't he turn on him?
Yeah, I think they did some ROH stuff for Eternal Land, but then what the fuck, did he like not sign long term? What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I have no idea. It doesn't make sense.
Anyways, that's like the last thing I remember from them. But yeah, they lost here. Hangman came out afterwards with his chain and everything. And he takes out Shibata, hammers Hobbs with the load of punches. Eventually, Shibata trips him up from behind and starts beating him down. Of course, he holds him. Hobbs goes to hit him, but Page ducks, so he hits Shibata. Then he hits Will in the head with the beer bottle, which I thought was funny. I was like, where the fuck did an empty beer bottle come from? He goes for the buckshot. Of course, security breaks everything up, and then he breaks away, and he hits like one of the buckshot on the security guards.
On the security guard,
yeah. But yeah, so that's what happened from all that. But I just loved the little backstage segment with the Dark Order and Hangman. That was like my favorite part out of it all. Continuity.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense, yes.
And then so we had a lot of the C2 here. We had Okada versus Pac. And this is where Okada finally got his first 3 points. It was a very fun match. A lot of back and forth between these two. So Okada finally got his first win of the tournament. I don't remember much of the match because it's been so many days now. So,
and yeah, I hate that because this was a good match. I thought Pac was gonna win it at one point, and then what did he go for the elbow?
What I see here, it says we came back from commercial. Pac is struggling to get to the apron. He gets a big front kick and then a slingshot and then an ace crusher. Almost doesn't make it, but Okada down at all the same. Off the ropes, head of steam, Kazuchika nails him with the drop kick, which is always a beautiful drop kick. And he does a victory roll pin. Pac, does a victory roll pin, but Okada kicks out. They trade boots. The leapfrog super kick staggers Okada into the corner. He goes for boot in the corner. The Irish whip gets reversed, but Pac slides out, comes back in, gets a big German suplex on Okada. The big brain buster from Pac lands off the ropes, head of steam, it says, another vicious lariat. The brutalizer's applied, but Okada reverses into the victory roll.
That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
So when he locked in the brutalizer, he got the roll up. I did not expect Okada to reverse it.
Yeah, I still call it the Rings of Saturn because that's the move I know it as. But I love that move. So once he locked it in, I was like, oh my god, Okada's gonna lose the second straight. C2, they're gonna play into the whole fucking best tournament wrestler shit, and then he fucking rolled him up.
Yeah, so throughout this tournament, it's been a running theme with the Death Riders.
Mm-hmm.
They'll win and then they'll lose, and that kind of carries on to the end of the show for Dynamite and even Collision as well.
Yeah,
it's kind of pinning them against each other with them three at least.
Oh, I love it.
Even though they're not in the same leagues.
So they of course get in a collision with the Moxley match because we already said he lost, but so Pac, damn, he could have won here, man. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, it would have. Okada would have had 2 losses, which would have made it harder for him to come back, which would have put more tension, I think, with him and Takeshita. Truly, I think that's what they might have went.
So I found this funny. So after the match, we go to a Mark Briscoe promo talking about Daniel Garcia and stuff. Then we get like a random Ricochet demand backstage promo, and then we go to commercial, right? We come back to commercial, and it's the conglomeration, but it's Mark Briscoe talking. I was like, didn't we just hear from Mark? Nothing against him. I just thought that was funny as fuck. I was like, we just had a single Mark promo, and then we have a conglomeration promo, and then Mark's the one leading it. It was literally right at like 3 minutes later. So I just thought it was funny. But it was with Roderick getting mad, saying that he's not part of the conglomeration, and the OC was there, and he's like, I want to beat your ass on Saturday, a collision in the C2. And and then they all like walk away, and Cassidy goes, oh no, he doesn't bring up conglomeration rules for the match. So he says no chops. And that's when he gets mad and he says, "I'll beat your ass on Saturday. I ain't gonna blah blah blah. I ain't gonna follow. I'm not part of no conglomeration." And then it's like, and then it just like everyone leaves, but OC's there with Renee, and he's like, I forgot what they say, but they kind of go back and forth with each other, just like, like I forget what he says, but it was funny.
So when did they put that rule in for the conglomeration?
I think just there.
So anytime they wrestle, the conglomeration wrestle
Well,
each
in the
other.
C2, I guess, yeah, but
the
it's only
C2,
them
okay.
two. So, but Roddy said
The
he's
no
not.
chops allowed.
No chops, yeah. OC said no chops. Conglomeration rules.
Okay.
But Roddy, that's when he got mad and said, "I'm not part of the conglomeration."
Yeah.
So I think he ain't gonna abide by it.
No, I don't think he does.
So then we got Kevin Knight and Kyle Fletcher. Holy ballsack, Kevin Knight is a fucking stud.
This is the future of AEW. These two in the ring, and this match showed it.
Give me this match at All In 2 years for the AEW World Title.
Absolutely. And make sure it's in the United States so I can be there.
Fuck it. Let's just start saving up now. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, these two fucked in a good way in this match. They didn't really fuck, but like this match fucked. Like this match was insane.
Yeah.
The fucking Kevin Knight with that UFO, whatever they call it, the UFO splash, whatever.
UFO splash,
That thing is
yeah.
fucking insane, dude. I don't care if it's just a frog splash where he turns. It's the way he does it is just insane.
Yeah. And I think he still hit the coast to coast here,
Yeah,
too,
he did.
which he hits a nasty version of the
We
coast
also
to
had,
coast.
you know, what we didn't talk about during Random Deadline is that Javon hit a shitty coast to coast, but then fucking Leon Slater hit him with a brutal coast to coast in that fucking Iron Survivor.
Why does Javon do a swanton coast to coast? I
Didn't even
don't
touch.
get that.
I mean, that's good. He didn't hurt Joe, but it didn't even look close to hitting Joe.
Yeah, I don't get that one. Maybe that's something that they just he's just trying.
But anyways, yeah, Kevin Knight was great, and so was Leon's. But yeah, so he hits the UFO splash, but oh yeah, he didn't even hit the UFO splash. Kyle Fletcher got the knees up, and he got a small package out of it. But then Fletcher hits the Liger bomb, but Kevin Knight kicks out. Brainbuster counted into the small package. But then Kyle hits the boot, charging the corner, gets him up, hits him with the Brainbuster, and gets his 3 points.
Yeah, and so I think he actually reversed the first Brainbuster. So it was the knees up, power Liger bomb, picks him up for Brainbuster. Kevin Knight did a roll up, kick out.
Oh yeah, Brainbuster counted into small package, and then Kyle gets out, kicks him with the boot into the Brainbuster. Yeah.
It was a sequence. Like it was like the Derby ending, but of course Knight didn't win. But either way, they are still putting Kevin Knight in these positions in these matches to where he has the opportunity to show out. And I think he's doing more than what they thought he would do. Or they're doing what they exactly thought he would do. Either way,
yeah,
he has looked phenomenal in these matches.
Afterwards, Don Callis gave a mic to Fletcher, who he says he's not feeling too great after that match, but basically just hypes up that he's gonna walk out as the Continental Champion after this. After that, they call out Josh Alexander and Hechicero. They bring out duffel bags, basically the Bucks' money that they won from the pay-per-view. So we come back from commercial. He wants to have the Bucks come out. He says he can forgive a lot. You can lie to him. He'll forgive that, but you can't cheat him. He'll never forgive that. He says you can kill someone. He has forgiven that before as well. But that one thing that is unforgivable is sin, is siding with Kenny Omega. So he tells them to come get their money. They do come out and they start brawling with everyone. They get their money, but of course that's when we see Okada come out and he attacks Matt Jackson from behind, which leads the Callis family to get the upper hand. And took Jurassic Express way too long to get out here to try to help them, but they didn't get their money. But Jurassic Express comes out here and evens out the odds.
Yeah.
We actually saw El Clone here for the first time in a while too.
Yeah, he was in there. I think they had to slow down on El Clone until
Someone in my chat said that they think he got hurt. Like someone said he got hurt for a little bit.
El Clone?
Yeah, like he was out for like a small, like obviously sort of actual
hologram.
Hologram, thank you. I can't remember his name. But like yeah, someone in my chat said he got hurt for a bit. But yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen Clone. But yeah, so obviously we've said this before. I'm just tired of this Kenny Omega Callis family stuff.
I don't think it's gonna end till one of them retire, either Kenny or Don.
It's been going on for years.
Yeah, and they might still even be doing it once they retire. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there has to be something else they can do with him too.
Yeah, but they're obviously building back to the Elite full reunion here, so
Yes.
I'm excited for that because Kenny did come out and he hits a V trigger on Mark Davis. He ducks a Rainmaker, he hits the Dragon Suplex on Okada. He does the finger guns to Okada. Okada rolls out, and then of course the Bucks and Drax Express get them together, and they all stand tall to end that segment. Obviously, we're leading to a multi-man match with the Chaos Family, Drax Express, Bucks, and Kenny.
I think something was announced. I can't remember what match for winners coming in Atlanta. For Josh, maybe I think it was Josh and had to show, or it may have been. I can't remember who was announced.
Let's
I
see if I can
know
find it
Hangman.
here. It looks like we have Joe Kingston, Babes of Wrath versus Timeless Love Bombs, Hangman and Swerve versus the Ops, and then on Collision, which is also winners coming, Swerve versus Alexander, Chris Statlander versus Jamie. I'm sorry, Chris and Jamie versus the Sister of Sin, and then Mark Briscoe versus GG. So nothing with them yet.
Nothing. Okay,
At least
maybe
according to
not
the
then.
wiki. The wiki page doesn't have it up yet.
Okay, it might have been the Josh Alexander and Swerve thing, which is absolutely odd as well. But
that one makes more sense than anything because the Callis family is technically the ones who took out Nana and Swerve after his match because
that is true.
It was Wardlow, but he got immediately injured.
Yeah, so that finally makes sense.
Yeah. So after that, we went right into Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne versus the Timeless Love Bombs, but this was a hardcore holiday death match or a holiday hardcore death match, however you want to announce that. But this was in the tournament, and this match was fucking brutal.
It was. I think Marina took a bottle to the head.
She did, yeah. She took a glass bottle, the champagne bottle to the head. I mean,
yeah, that busted her open. Was that candy cane? Was it wrapped in barbed wire?
Wrapped in barbed wire that Mina was using, yeah. At the beginning.
That was crazy. I couldn't tell if it was or not.
I think they kind of trimmed the barbs on it though, because it just looked like lights at first.
Yeah, it was just wire. I thought I was like, okay. I mean, maybe they didn't want to really hurt anybody too bad in this match, but to still have the wire there to give it the effect.
Fucking Marina used a frying pan at one point on Mina.
She did, yeah.
And she got her in the mother's milk right after that. I like that finisher too. I mean, it's just like a sleeper, but reverse. But I like the way it's called because she's obviously has them in her chest, so it's mother's milk because it looks like she's breastfeeding. That shit's hilarious. But yeah, they used fucking a lot of different weapons in this match. I don't remember. Was it only Marina and Megan that got busted open here? I don't think.
Yes,
Tony and
I remember.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. After she used a pull cue too as well, and she jammed it. Or no, she used the pull cue and then she jammed broken glass into Marina Shafir's face over and over.
Yes,
Tony did. But yeah, this is a crazy match. We saw the return. Actually, I should say we saw Santa Claus get involved. I should say.
Oh, Santa showed up.
Santa showed up, but it wasn't Santa. It was Luther. We haven't seen Luther since what? All In.
All In.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took a bump. It got hurt.
Yeah. That's right, actually. And so he came back and he gave. What did he give Tony? I don't even remember what he gave her.
He gave her the heel.
The shoe. That's right, and that's what she used to get the win, the heel shot.
And then he gave a surprise middle finger to, I think, Megan Bayne, which then led to a Storm Zero, I think, while Marina had Mina in some hold, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was Storm Zero because Marina had Mina in the mother's milk.
Oh, so he had the box, so it was a gift, and then Marina tried to open it, but that's when he flipped the bird.
Yeah.
And then that's when they got out of control. Yeah, so Timeless Love Bomb. So it's two face teams. I really thought we would see, what are they called? The Mega Problems. Oh my God, Rashid Rice just got dropped.
Oh God.
He's just got up. I don't know how, dude. He looked dead for a second. Holy shit. Anyways, that was a nasty hit, dude. So yeah, I really thought we'd be getting a heel versus a face team here, but we're getting two faces to close out the tournament on, was it Wednesday?
Yes, I'm honestly hoping they do not, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm hoping they don't put the tag titles on Tony and Mina.
I want
I would
on Willow and Harley.
So I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the best option. I mean, not the best option. Either option, I guess, will
I
work.
wouldn't hate it if they put it
It'll
on
be the
Tony
first.
and Mina, because Tony had the long ass women's title reign or multiple women's title reigns. So get it. She has a lot of prestige and in AEW behind her name with the title reigns. But yeah, I'd rather Willow and Harley here for sure.
Or to be the first women's tag team champions, have it to people who are more part of the first set of women in AEW.
Kind of. Willow didn't
That's
show up
left
till
in the tournament.
2022.
I mean, but yes, but there's still Sisters of Sin would have been the best.
They would have
way to
been
go.
them or Ty J would have been ideal.
But if we're gonna do like originals, I guess you could.
I
do
was
it
more
with,
befuddled by the Mega Problems or whatever they're called defeating Ty J. I get it.
Yeah.
I get the look and Death Riders and blah blah blah, the size of Megan, but I was like, really, Ty J's been here literally since the start, out of next to Julia.
Mm-hmm.
Like really. But yeah, so I would be fine with Willow and Harley over Tony and Mina. But I'm fine with either, honestly.
Yep.
We got a backstage interview with Mercedes. She says she doesn't want to talk about losing her world title match. Doubling down on being that was against, because this is before she lost to Red Velvet, obviously.
Red Velvet, yeah.
Doubling down on being the global icon and the PWI Women's #1. She scoffed out having to face Velvet, which is funny because she lost. And then we also had an FTR promo that I don't remember. Stokely says that tonight is the best night of his life because FTR are the tag champs, but he has to address something that happened on Collision. The Bang Bang Gang interrupt and say they want to be champions in honor of their injured stablemates. Damn, I do not remember this. Which Stokely scoffs at.
Yes. I don't know if you have the whole promo there on your side.
I don't think so. It just says Cash Wheeler talks trash and says they're gonna be is Billy's boy and Mr. Storm.
God Almighty, yes, that got a huge pop, at least from me, because the way he delivered it. He said that all you're gonna be known for is being Billy's boy and Mr. Storm, and I was like, holy shit! Like I don't know why it just. I guess it was the way he delivered it.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't fucking remember this.
But FTR as heels has been great, and it always has been. But their promo stuff, I swear, has never gotten old.
So we're gonna talk Dark Order and the Ops and the whole beatdown afterwards. And after that Ops and Dark Order match, we have an interview with Don Callis, Okada, and Fletcher. Callis is tired of the negative questions towards him and the Callis family. Okada starts blaming Takeshita for letting them down again. Don says Konosuke is in heavy training, but Takeshita rolls up and he says, actually, I'm here. And Callis tries to pave it over by saying that these three killers, there's no way that they'll lose the Continental Classic, the Callis family.
Yep.
Then he's asked why all of Okada's titles aren't on the line. So this is where they try to explain the whole justification. And remember I bitched about this? So they try to explain, well, see, one leg of the unified title is the Continental title, and the other leg is the International title, and we blah, 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 blah. And I was like, so then why is there a unified title if they're still separate? If they're separate legs, why is there a unified title? That still doesn't make any sense.
They wanted to give us part 3 of Kenny and Okada, and they figured they could just put a title on it and we would be okay with it.
So fucking stupid, dude. So yeah, so they try to, like, he was like, for all the dummies who don't get it, they try to, like, fucking school people like me who are fucking shitting on this segment, on this reason they're doing this. And it just made me question it even more. I'm like, so then it's not even a unified title. Because you're saying they're two separate things. That's not a unified title.
I know. Trust me. I felt the same way. And he still comes out wearing the International.
Which, fine, I get it. You dropped it so you don't fucking, because you're not going to win. I get it. Cool. Thanks for telling us the story beforehand, Tony. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be someone that's not Okada. Thanks.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
No point in having the unified title. Just fucking act like it never existed. Thanks for the worst Kenny Okada match ever, even though I was there live and shouting for Kenny the whole time. It wasn't even terrible. It's just out of their whole series, it's not their best one. Not even close.
I remember when seeing Don Callis get involved. I said, that's not supposed to fucking happen.
I hated it because Ibushi was there, too. It's like,
Yeah, and
and
Ibushi did
Ibushi,
nothing.
he didn't. Well, he tried, but he didn't do
Yeah.
enough. So annoying. Good.
Yeah.
It was fun. I'm glad I had fun. I was yelling Kenny the whole time. It was stupid.
It was.
I'm just salty he lost, really. But no, the unified title is dumb though. Now, like, that made no sense. So we come back from commercial after that. We see Hangman Page. He says he's fought for 3 years to get that world title back, and it's all gone for Hook. And I was like, thank you. That's exactly how I feel. And he said, for Joe, Full Gear was the Ops crowning moment, but it was him. For him, it was just a speed bump because whether it's from him or from Eddie, he's going to take the title back. And if Hobbs Shibata want to fight, they got one next week at Winter's Coming. So there you go. So he did challenge them for Winter's Coming. And that's when he said he won't be alone. And that's when we found out Swerve will be there. Afterwards, this was cool. So we were going into the main event, which was Moxley Claudio in the Continental Classic, and they had Renee kind of like almost like in a I don't know, it's just like a field reporter, I guess. And she was just in the crowd during Moxley's entrance, which was really cool. I actually really liked it. Just talking about how early in the day and the interview and then his mindset and that. And also I liked during the entrances here that Moxley only had Marina that came out with him. And obviously she left because of C2. And then with Claudio, when he came out through the crowd, the rest of the Death Riders were with him and they knocked him up and then left, So I love the little story of like, it was, they're all kind of siding with Claudio right now after all the shit going on with Mox, except for Marina, who's obviously every time that we've seen Mox lose, she looks like she's in tears.
She is, and that was what happened at Dynamite too. But talking about that Renee part, I'm thinking, and of course I think it's just for this one, but this could be something they do, and I would actually be okay with. But use Renee interviewing heels and have someone else doing the faces, not interviewing, but like doing like how when they're coming out. Yeah, but to me it was like, when we're watching football and it's after halftime. Yeah, I talked to the coach, before after the halftime break, and that's what it felt like. It honestly felt like I was like, hey, this is something they could do, and I'd be okay with.
So Moxley and Claudio had a great match against each other. Very stiff, hard hitting. Moxley was busted the fuck open during this match, if I'm not mistaken.
He was.
And at the end, they had a crazy sequence. There was a sleeper hold locked in. Claudio fought out of it and dropped Moxley to the floor on the outside. He falls out after him, charges in, uppercut bounces Moxley off the barricade. Moxley stumbles across. Moxley takes a seat on the seat, and that's when Claudio charges in with the double stomps with the chair. With him on the chair, that is. Not with the chair. Uppercuts against the steel steps. Another charging uppercut. Gets back inside. Lariat. Doesn't connect. The Tenryu bomb. Moxley doesn't stay down. He kicks out. That's when Moxley's bloody face defiant. He shakes his head at Claudio. Forehead to forehead. Uppercut for elbow in the middle of the ring, back and forth. Mox finally hits with the boot to the midsection. Hits the what is it called? The paradigm shift.
The paradigm shift, yeah.
But he's slow to pin, so Claudio's able to get to his feet and take over. Eventually, he sets up Mox towards the corner, runs at him with a nasty fucking uppercut that launches Mox down hard, brutally, and Mox stays down and he pins him 1, 2, 3. So fucking brutal ending. Also love Brian's commentary.
Yeah, Brian. I think Brian's doing a lot of selling for this story.
Yeah, I love the way he talked about Claudio or Moxley, that like when it was the Blackpool Combat Club, the reason Moxley was their leader is that no one could defeat him, and so they just followed the guy who they couldn't beat, and believed in him, and because they couldn't defeat him in a ring. But now Claudio is the first one to do it. Yep. So a lot of storytelling there from Daniel.
Are they going to start following Claudio?
They already did in the intro. The entrances.
In the intro, yes.
So I think it's already started.
I mean, and then after the match, they all came out there.
And they checked on Mox and they like patted him on the shoulder or whatever and stuff like that.
And Claudio even tapped him on the chest at one point.
I just remember they were showing Claudio get close to him, and then it cut off on my end. I never saw any interaction after the match between those two.
Yeah, that might have been in the ring after the pin. He might have, like, tapped
Maybe,
him on the
yeah.
chest or
Because
something,
when they were outside, when
but,
Mox was like against the barricade, and Marina was like sitting by him, like staring at him, like all sad.
like,
And then like
crouched
we saw the
down.
rest of
Yep.
Death Riders come out, and Pac like went up to him and touched him, and it's like so did DG and Yuta. They came out and like patted him down, like good shit. And they did the same to
Yep.
Claudio. And then as Claudio started walking up, is when it like, and thanks for watching. I was like, oh, well that sucks. I was like hoping
And
something there.
nothing.
Yeah.
And so they did that same shit for Collision,
Of
like
course
how
did.
they ended, like,
Well,
they
I did see
closed
there
it
was a
out.
backstage video. So Claudio, so I didn't watch Collision. You said you saw the last bit of it. But
Yes.
I saw there was a video of Claudio and Moxley. Marina was having them doing sprints and then like squats and shit like after their match because they both lost on
Mhm.
Collision. And it was just after they did that, Moxley cut a promo about how they're gonna they're gonna come back over and take over the C2 or whatever the fuck he said. I don't even remember. But
Mhm.
yeah. So how did it end then, Collision? Because I didn't watch.
So Takeshita kinda tweaked Takeshita tweaked Moxley's ankle, which we've seen Moxley been having a little bit of ankle issues because of the Kyle O'Reilly matches.
Mm-hmm.
And on commentary, they pointed out that the injury has been there. We've known about it, but Claudio, out of respect, didn't focus on it in the
Interesting.
match.
Okay,
Um,
didn't notice that.
so I didn't either. I didn't even notice it was bothering him. But
Yeah.
they kind of, that was like a thing of respect. He didn't go after that. He wanted to be a clean match,
Mm-hmm.
which was good. Um, Takeshita, of course, did get the win. He hit the first knee, and then Moxley kicked out. Then he removes the knee pad and hits a nasty second knee. He doesn't go for the pin. He hits Raging Fire. Um, but Moxley hit a cutter before that,
Mm-hmm.
and so then that's when he gets the win. But you see all of the Death Riders come out, and they go to help Moxley get out of the ring because he's still favoring that ankle,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of pushes them away in anger,
Excuse me.
and he
Interesting.
just sits down again, and you see Marina again squatted down, upset. Because, of course, now all the Death Riders lost on Collision.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So it's interesting to see the weaknesses in Moxley, his ankle being submitted, getting frustrated with having losses throughout the year now after he lost the title. It's all building up.
Damn. Okay. So, and then also on Collision, looks like Ricochet defeated Ace Austin, retained the national title. Mercedes retained her TBS title over Layla. There was a Swerve promo. Just says he has his eyes on Joe and the world title. He's going to have backup Hangman at Winter is Coming for one night only. Hell yeah. He said after that, he'll need to have a serious conversation with him. That's when Josh Alexander interrupted him, setting up the match. Timeless Love Bombs and Babes of Wrath had an interview where they just traded stories of being tag teams. Apparently, they started getting chippy towards each other. Mina calmed everyone down with champagne toast. Of course, Claudio lost to Dorada. OC defeated Roddy. I didn't see that. Oh shit! I thought Roddy would win.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, I didn't see this, but of course my chat was letting me know about it. That was interesting.
Just as Cassidy countered the backbreaker that Roddy beat him with in the past for a roll up to get the win.
Yep.
So they also announced on this that Darby Allin is fully out of the C2 due to injury, and Jack Perry's taking his spot.
Yes. Of course, with Darby being out injured, he does take the spot. Now, Darby had 0 points. So
He lost his first match.
that means that will have oh my god, Jungle Boy will have 0 points as well, right?
He should. He hasn't fought, so yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. He's behind now. So is there any way he can catch up?
Well, he just basically just takes over Darby's card. So like Darby lost his first match and that's it. So now he just has that loss by default. So he technically lost his first match.
Okay.
So they just delayed Darby's second match. So he'll just take over the rest of Darby's 4 matches from here, or 3 matches, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so he just takes over, and yeah, he just has to catch up. He'll probably have back-to-back matches soon, I'm assuming. Like one on a Dynamite and then one on a Collision, just so he could get his matches caught up.
Yeah, get caught up with him.
Yeah.
We also seen FTR calling out the Bang Bang Gang as well, which is interesting. They are setting that up as a title match coming up
Cool.
very soon, I will guess. There was one
I
part
just feel like it's layover until we get fucking Edge and
a Cope
Christian.
and Chris, yeah. Of course, Hardwood, Dare, Juice, and Austin. Is that the one that's not hurt?
I
Or was it?
forget. I
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah, but anyway, he dared him to touch the titles again. The gun said, of course, that he is a son of a gun. Robinson's a son of a carpenter. Wheeler and he said Cash was a son of his cousin, and Hardwood's a son of a bitch. So
Oh yeah.
that was the setup for that tag title match. I think Juice even said if we really wanted to touch the titles that bad, we just want a $200,000 battle royal. We could go buy some on the AEW shop.
That'd take all of it because they're expensive, but
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, C2's been really interesting, so I'm excited for Dynamite on Wednesday. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too excited for Raw tomorrow. They've announced stuff for tomorrow too. They had an Adam Pearce thing.
Yeah, Adam
Earlier.
Pearce does his it's official.
So we're gonna
Prior to
hear from
everything.
Gunther, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the War Raiders for the World Tag Titles. Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor, which we'll probably see Logan Paul get involved. And then CM Punk, Becky Lynch, LA Knight, Jey Uso, and Rhea Ripley, among other superstars, to appear. Pierce said.
That's fun.
Nothing crazy. I really don't expect much out of it. I just hate that we're going
Neither.
into John Cena's retirement match and he's not going to be here to promote it until Saturday, the night of.
Oh yeah.
One thing, did you see?
Crazy.
So he's done a lot of interviews recently. I don't know which one this came from, but Cena claimed that he initially wanted to work 200 plus dates this year.
Yeah, he wanted to do the whole bus thing. He wanted to do it all. Get
But
one final
WWE and
tour.
him, they convinced him down to the 36 or whatever he did.
God, I mean,
I get it.
creatively,
I
would
get
they
it.
had something for him?
And we probably would have had a better heel turn too.
Oh, tremendously better.
More there during it, definitely.
Just
But I also think they probably were worried about injury. He's not as active as he once was, and getting so active after not being that active could possibly lead to injury. I don't know.
yeah, it could have, but you could have done a lot in 216 days.
Yeah, I mean, not wrong. It's just I think that was their biggest concern. They didn't want him getting hurt, or they didn't have to book him in matches in all 200 days, obviously. But
No, he could have had a match with who was the Miz. We could have seen a good story with him and AJ.
you know what they could have brought
coulda-
back? They could have brought back a championship scramble match. I hated those matches.
But there was so much they could have done in that time frame.
100%. 100%. But yeah, that would have been crazy. I think he was also on the what the heck is that podcast called? The Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I saw that come up on my YouTube feed today. He was in that a few days ago. Gone.
Okay, I ain't seen that one yet.
And then
so I
they're
might have to check
dropping
it out.
that interview that they've been showing previews to on SmackDown here, I think on Friday.
I thought they said it was this Monday after the Raw.
Or it could be. Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. It's coming out this week. But so a lot of interviews if you're a John Cena fan to catch up on.
Yeah. Are you thinking about going yet? Have they?
Going to
Is the
what?
build up to Saturday Night Main Event?
Am I gonna go to John Cena's match? Fuck no.
I just didn't know. I didn't know if you had
Fuck no.
changed your mind on it.
Fuck no. Hell no. I would enjoy it from the comfort of my own home. I've never been a John Cena fan in that way to where I'm not even emotional about this. Like,
Okay.
I have zero emotion going into this. Like, people in my chat like, "Oh man, it's ending." I'm like, dude, I can't wait for this to end so we can focus on the fucking titles and the fucking company at hand. Then we're just gonna jump right into fucking AJ's retirement, and then Jericho's gonna come back, and then we're gonna jump into his retirement, and then Randy's like, you know what, I want to retire too. Then he's gonna fucking get a retirement, and it's just gonna be never-ending retirement tours because they don't focus on the young talent. Sorry.
Nope, they don't. And I think John Cena even might have said it.
I mean, they do, but it's very few and far in between.
You know, like a lot of people. I think he said it.
Texans
But
touchdown.
Texans touchdown. Holy shit.
It's only 17-10 gonna be now. Or they were tied up until
That's
then.
still good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens Monday. They had 2 weeks good of Raw, and then last week was kind of last week
It was
was the
okay.
second good
Yeah, it was
episode.
good.
So we'll see if they can continue positive Monday Night Raws. But yet again, they got to build more of Saturday Night Main Event. Are we only going to have
Yeah,
3 matches?
no, they'll announce one more. It'll be 4 matches probably.
John Cena will either open or close. Which one do you think, though?
He ain't opening. He's closing for
You
sure.
don't think so?
Yeah,
Are they
people are
going to give
taking
him
a
the?
Jimmy Kimmel interview of him saying that he goes to bed early and turning that into, oh, he's opening the show.
But my thing is, are they going to cut him off like they did Goldberg?
No, because it's not on NBC.
It is not. It's on Peacock.
Goldberg was on NBC. This is now just on Peacock. There's no time restrictions.
That's good.
There's no commercials either, just like there was for Goldberg. I didn't even go back and watch that one. We were in Texas, so.
No, the only thing I seen was a Seth injury, and that was
Yeah, I heard about that during when we were there at all, and I think Sarah's brother texted her that while we were there, and she was like updating me more about it after we left the show. Yeah, I had no interest in. The only thing I cared about that weekend for WWE was Evolution. That ended up being their best show of the year.
And that was a fantastic show.
That was their best show of the year. Nothing has passed that, in my opinion, for them this year.
Not yet.
Nothing.
No.
But
no way.
2 hours. We knocked that out in 2 hours. I'm surprised. We talked about everything.
I am surprised. I was expecting it to go a little longer.
Me too, actually. But tell the people where they can find you outside the podcast, where they can watch you.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, X. That's where you can find me for reactions. And of course, I do. I have a Etsy thing as well. Where I'm doing like wrestling style themed stuff for Christmas. So
like what?
Like posters and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Are they like Photoshop? Like not Photoshop, but like images that you created?
Yeah, they are.
Oh hell yeah, that's cool. And you guys can check me out on Josh Vibes Up, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all your favorite platforms. I'm everywhere. And we'll catch you guys, Tuesday night? Talk about more Raw and NXT.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah. All right, we'll catch you guys later. Bye. I am surprised how fast we got. Not fast, but like that we did that in 2 hours.
We didn't do a lot of side talking tonight. That's why.